As you walk through the valley of the shadow of hell, you will realize that there is something ahead. Something that lurks behind the dark veil. A veil that is beyond our own comprehension. Beyond the veil.
Welcome back to Beyond the Veil Horror Podcast.
Holy shit! Yeah!
We're back. It's 2017. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Oh my God,
That was weird.
that was extremely loud, and now it smells like gunpowder in here. If you guys aren't sure, we just popped off like 3 party poppers.
Yeah,
got a little bit on the
I popped off Oliver, Alex, and Patrick's face. That's how it goes.
Yeah, but we're back. It's 2017. We finally broke out of the fucking 2016 blues, as everybody's been calling it this year. But they say that every year, so fuck them.
I know.
But yeah, we got a great show for you. We're really excited to be back. We hope that you guys had an amazing 2016 celebration, holidays and everything. I'm sure you guys celebrated something. And if you didn't, you just had a good fucking end of the year, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so we got some interesting stuff. This entire episode is going to be dedicated to none other than 2016.
Which
the
sucks.
Best, the worst, the in-between, the everything that we thought was good for our episodes, like our favorite shots, the works.
Dude, a lot of people fucking died this year.
Yeah,
Everybody died.
I know.
Jesus
shit.
Christ, man.
It seems like it anyway, because the internet magnifies everything.
For sure.
But yeah, so what did you guys do for the holidays?
Oh, I didn't do much. I actually had a show, so I didn't drink.
So one day you had a show, and then you did nothing for the rest of the
Well,
time.
I thought you were talking about-
drink. Did you say you didn't drink?
New Year's? No, I didn't. I worked all night, and I came home, played some Final Fantasy, and went to bed. Other than that, I didn't really do anything. Hang out with my family.
Yeah?
Some turkey. It was good. Oh, we got a new kitty.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
dude. That's badass. I got to show you pictures of my cats.
Oh, you just get a new one?
No, I have 3 cats that are just badass. They just...
Yeah, I used to have 3 cats, and my wife's cat passed away, and then this cat came to our life, and it reminded her of her cat Raven, so she wanted to keep it.
Nice.
It's a little shit, though. It's totally a little terrible.
Well, little kid. Yeah.
I've never known
I've-
a kitty to like fully latch onto someone's face while they're sleeping.
Oh, that's neat.
She does that all the time. But she has cute little quirks. Like she'll like get on my like blanket and suck on it like I have nipples or something. Like little
Well, you have. I hope you have nipples.
Are you like? Will you be nice and like open your shirt up to let it suck on
Oh
your
yeah,
nipple?
you know it.
It's like
Really?
that cat
I'm
tongue.
not- I'm
I have
gay,
to wait
but
till Kelly
still.
goes to work, but
Do you remember the cat tongue thing? Where you could put the thing in their mouth and it would like pet the cat.
oh yeah, where he cleans them like it's a
so
groomer.
they just put fake nipples on you. It's like really get into your cat and loving it.
I have no idea.
Just put them all around your crotch.
Right.
All the nipples.
Yeah.
Just put them on your fucking nuts.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
what about you, Mike?
Oh man, I've been not doing anything.
Bullshit. What the
fucking-
fuck? You've been doing stuff more than me.
Didn't you just go to Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, I went to Vegas. Oh, dude.
He totally forgot.
I went to Las Vegas.
I
Ladies
did
and
the
gentlemen.
same thing when I went to Vegas too. It was-
You forgot?
yeah.
Oh, you're
Well,
supposed
that's
to-
how. That means that you're doing it right. If you
Right,
forget that you
right.
went there. No, but I went to Las Vegas, and yeah, dude, went to one of my favorite restaurants, Peppermill. Had some really greasy food.
Oh, that's the place that's like by Circus, right? And everything
Yeah.
inside's like purple and neon.
Yeah,
and
it's
shit.
kind of
I love
weird.
that place.
Yeah, it's great. See, fucking awesome, dude. I went there. I went to Frankie's, which is my favorite fucking tiki bar.
Okay.
Got wasted, and I went to the Golden Tiki, which kind of sucks, but I still went. Then I went to a porn shop with my wife and bought a couple of really crappy porn DVDs.
those look
Oh yeah,
top-notch.
he brought
I like
them over.
those.
I brought
Very
them.
top.
We're gonna watch them later.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we're gonna have sex. And
now
watch
what
them.
what did you get though? The porn tapes,
Oh, I bought
porn DVDs.
fake killer clowns from outer space.
God, they look so real.
And they were.
It's almost like the same prosthetics.
It's pretty close.
if you take all away the prosthetics and just put a clown nose and some weird hair on.
And horse cock.
And then I got a Ghost Adventure, Ghost Hunters porn DVD.
Oh, that's right. Wait, what's it called?
It's called This Is Not Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters. That's all I did.
But that's when you did that after Christmas or whatever you celebrate?
Around there, because I think I went to Vegas first, then went up north for Christmas, then came back, and I'm going up again in a little bit. Oh, for AVN, I'm going up for AVN.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be fun. Well, I don't really want to go. I could care less about AVN. Although last time for AVN, I met Ed Powers, which is fantastic.
But you said you went to a couple of restaurants. Did you ever check out Secret Pizza while you were there?
I did not.
Oh, dude, you gotta go to Secret Pizza. Cosmopolitan, second level.
I love Secret Pie.
Oh, it's
That sounds like something that's been cooking all night at a club at some girl's pants.
Yeah, it just smells
Secret
real-
pie.
You want a slice of
It's
Secret
like
Pizza?
you don't know if it's sushi or what it is.
A little sashimi.
All right. Well, I didn't really do much of anything except travel. No, I did a lot actually.
That's
I went
pretty
to
cool.
I went to my hometown to visit my house for the last Christmas that we're ever going to have there.
Damn.
I grew up in this house, and it's been my parents' house since I was born. So I went there, got to hang out with pretty much everyone in my family except my brother.
Did you get the jerk off in your childhood bathroom again?
Yeah, no. And the weird thing is my
You left the door unlocked. Please, Mom, don't find me.
I'm in the shower.
the weird thing I
I'm
found.
washing my hair.
The weird thing I kept finding myself doing though is that my mom made my bedroom into a storage closet kind of, and then made like my brother's old basement room into a bedroom, and it's like really nice in there. And they redid the basement, and everything. I kept trying to walk back to my old room out of habit, like just not even thinking about it. Like, why am I headed back here? I don't even know why I'm going here. And then this was funny. I actually went down into the basement. When I was a kid, I was scared of the back room in the basement where the boiler, like the furnace and the fucking washer and dryer and shit are.
Is that where the bad touch happened?
That's where Grandpa touched me.
My brother said that I used to stand in front of the basement door and start shaking in my sleep.
Dude.
And I was scared of the basement. I used to have dreams and nightmares all the time of falling down the basement or like demons in the basement. And I was just petrified of the basement. I went there. I'm almost 40 now. You know what I mean? And I went into the basement and I went to turn on the light, which is like deep into the basement. And I went to turn it on and I heard this weird fucked up noise from the furnace. And I fucking flipped the light on and ran all the way up the stairs.
Really?
Was it like that scene from Home Alone or whatever?
No.
The Wet Bandits?
Christina was in the bedroom where we were staying downstairs, and she started laughing at me, and then she got freaked out and was like, oh, and she started running.
behind you.
Anyway, but yeah, I went out there, visited my family, some I haven't seen in like 15 fucking, no, actually probably like 17, 18 years.
Damn, dude.
Right. I saw some of those goodies you brought home, dude. I'm so jelly about
Oh
that,
yeah,
dude.
all the video games.
Jelly, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I found like an old Donkey Kong 2 handheld before Game Boy.
Oh, that's worth some
It was
money.
like 1983. It was 1983, and then there was a Donkey Kong Jr. handheld. It's like they call them Game and Watch. They're like going for like $100 to $300.
And those are the old school, like, were they LED? You know, they
Yeah,
were LED.
it was like a watch,
Yeah.
and it was also a game.
Oh, shit.
And dude, like these things are literally like fucking like $100 to $300 a piece. I was like, Jesus, they're in like pristine, they still work and everything. So I was like, damn, I'm taking these.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy some crack.
Did you take it? You should take it to Fallout Games or...
We'll see. I don't think they're gonna give me what I want for it.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's one of those things I'll just put up on eBay and let it sit there for a while. But if anybody's listening and they like that shit, you know, if you like vintage games, this is like original, like some of your earliest handheld.
What was the blaster you got? Was that for the SNES?
It was for the Dreamcast. It was the
Okay.
shittier light gun that
Alright.
Dreamcast made. There was a Mad Catz one that actually works really well, and then the Sega Dreamcast one that didn't work so well. And I have that. That's actually selling for like $40-$50.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so that's hard to find, I guess.
That fishing thing's going for like 120.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I did. I came back here for fucking New Year's and was sick as fuck with Christina on the couch. We literally were watching The Shallows, and then it was like 10 minutes before midnight, and it was like we flipped it on the repeat New York. Fucking, you know what I mean?
Where you watch the fucking nutsack drop.
Yeah. And I was like, Happy New Year, and I drank some peach schnapps and with some Tiki punch. And that was it.
Straight up.
Yeah. We hope that you guys had a better celebration than all of us. So it sounds like Mike is the winner here.
Right.
I don't know. I did go to Vegas. Oh, I gotta tell you. Next time we go to Vegas, actually, we're gonna go to Vegas.
Okay.
I did go to Zach his museum.
Okay.
I drove by it. I took pictures. It looks cool.
Yeah.
So when we go to Vegas, that's what we're gonna do.
Nice.
I'm fairly certain that 100%. If I go to Vegas, I'm going there.
Yeah.
But I would like to go out when it's open
Yeah, for sure.
instead of like beforehand.
I know. I was just
You
there
don't want us to stare
with
at
four
the
hands.
Yeah, no. I mean, I like Vegas. There's a lot of stuff to do, but I would rather go there specifically for that.
I know.
Right.
I'm cool with that. I was just there, and I'm going back in a week. 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm going back again. I love Vegas.
He's like, fuck it.
You know what I've never done in Vegas? I always want to do is to go to the fucking graveyard with all the old signs in it and shit.
Oh, the neon graveyard.
Yeah.
That would be badass, dude.
We definitely gotta do that too.
Well, I'm down to go, but like I said, when that opens, I'm all
we'll make
about
it happen. It'll be a badass episode. We'll fucking talk about it.
Maybe they'll let us do hand recordings.
Hand jobs recording.
Like maybe they'll let us do recordings in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, it'll happen.
They probably won't. They'll be like,
I want.
no, those are our ghosts.
Anyways,
Well, so on a little bit of a negative side, there were a lot of celebrity deaths this year, and there's like over 170 or some shit like
Right.
that. Like,
yeah, 2016 was a giant sniper.
right. It just like in May, it seems like May was like one of the worst months. January, I mean, every single month was chock full of people that were just picked off, and it's like. A lot of people have like a lot of nostalgia from a lot of these people that passed away. So it's like they grew up loving these people, you know? So, but we wanted to go over some of them and talk about the people who passed away in horror specifically.
Yeah.
So people who were attached to horror in some sense who had passed away. And of course, this is a little morbid, but it's the precursor to the horror shots. So we're going to drink to them.
Yeah.
Okay? But so let's go through here and see what we have. Here is the celebrity deaths, starting from in order of the year. First off, we have Angus Scrimm,
Oh yeah.
who played the tall man and the villain in Phantasm movies and its horror sequels. He's also in 13 Sins. He died January 9th at 89 years old.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, that's pretty
he was
old.
Yeah.
David Bowie, who was in a movie called...
The Hunger.
Right. So we figured we could add him in there.
Well,
We're specific about it, but
Jump,
Yeah.
magic jump, magic.
He's so important and badass.
he really is.
He really is.
And whether you liked his music or not, he did more with music and took more risks than most musicians you'll ever find.
Yeah.
So, but David Bowie died January 10th, 2 days after his 69th birthday, after an 18-month secret battle with cancer that he did not tell people. The music legend was well known for his fashion, movie roles, Ziggy Stardust, and hit songs like Space Oddity fame and Let's Dance. Also, Alan Rickman, who was a Harry Potter actor and a Die Hard villain. He also was in, what movie did you say he was in, horror-wise? Oh, that's right. He was in Sweeney Todd.
Oh, Sweeney Todd.
Right.
Which actually wasn't bad. He's badass.
He's one of the best.
Hans Gruber.
He died of cancer at 69 years of age on January 14th. Also, Joe Fleischaker, cult movie star in Troma
dude.
Films.
Yeah.
He did the Troma Films, like The Toxic Avenger. He died May 23rd at 62 years of age. Lois Duncan, she was the author behind I Know What You Did Last Summer and Hotel for Dogs, died June 15th at 82. Anton Yelkin, actor
he
of...
sucked.
Yeah.
No, he's badass.
Yeah, it sucked that he died.
I mean, it sucks that he died.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And we've talked about
the Fright
him.
Night.
Yeah, he did Fright Night, which I actually thought was a really good remake.
It was.
I wasn't expecting the first one anyway,
Yeah.
but I thought it was fun. And it also had David Tennant in it.
Oh, David Tennant. 'Cause if I had to fuck one man, it might or may not be him.
Well, there's a long, about a 3,000 page book of names that you would fuck. If there had to be one man.
There's a lot of names.
But yeah, he died. We mentioned this in one of our earlier podcasts. He died June 18th at 27 years of age after being hit by his own car at his home.
His own car.
Yeah.
How do you get hit by your own car?
Well, he was parked at the top of the driveway. It's somehow the brakes, like there was a defect in the car, apparently. He was getting his mail, and it trapped him, I heard, between either his fence or his mailbox.
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
Yeah, so he just got crushed.
That's crazy.
Like, what the fuck, man?
That's so nuts.
Like, what would you...
It's like being hit by a piece of an airplane falling out of an
If you
airplane.
think about it, though, I think I'd rather die like that than dying of cancer. Like, he died, his car crushed him. Awesome.
I just would rather not die.
Yeah, well, none of us want to die.
Turns out it's going to happen one of these days, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Anton Yelkin, though, I really think he got killed in his prime. I think he would have gotten bigger and better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Herschel Gordon Lewis died September 26th at the age of 90. Director Blood Feast and many others.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was a crazy one. And a lot of the lists that I looked at to see who passed away, they didn't include him.
Huh.
I'm like, this man made so many fucking films that like push the genre and broke all these boundaries that cinema wasn't doing.
Right.
What
was his age, if you don't mind me asking?
90.
90.
Yeah.
So it was like natural causes, pretty much, then.
I don't remember exactly what it was. I don't think they said out of, like, I don't know. We also have Michael Massey, who did movies 24 and 7. He was an actor best known for accidentally killing the Crow. The star Brandon Lee with a prop gun was improperly loaded. So that was on October 26th at 61.
Damn. Yeah,
that's crazy. I didn't even know that he was the one that did that.
Right.
I didn't remember.
But you bringing up Brandon Lee, I'm sorry to go off track, but I just really would have liked to see what the series would have turned out.
Of course. Well, a lot of people said it was the Bruce Lee curse.
Right.
So, but Fritz Weaver, he was a Tony-winning character actor, best known for The Twilight Zone, Holocaust, Failsafe. He died November 26th at 90 as well. Don Calfa, if you guys remember him, he was in The Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, yeah.
He was also in Weekend at Bernie's. He did a couple other movies, but he played the mortician in Return of the Living Dead as Ernie Kaltenbrunner and the 1985's Return of the Living Dead. The news was made public that the actor's on his Facebook page, he was 76 and died December 1st. Bernard Fox, who played Dr. Bombay on Bewitched and appeared in Hogan's Heroes, The Mummy, and Titanic, died December 14th at 89. Barbara Tarbuck, who was in General Hospital, also American Horror Story actress. She died the 26th of December at 74. And one of the last ones that may catch a lot of people off guard that we looked into was Carrie Fisher, actually, which you may all probably know about, who played Leia in Star Wars.
She was in Scream 3, so.
Right.
And also, like, I said this earlier, she was pretty fucking hot.
Oh, back in the day. But Carrie Fisher, she was in one of the Scream movies she played in. What else did she do? We looked it up.
She did Scream 3.
Oh, my God. Oh, she was in The Burbs.
The Burbs,
Yeah, with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Great movie.
But yeah, that one was a big one. And then to hear that her mother passed away, Debbie Reynolds.
I know, that's nuts,
Like
man.
2 days later.
Yeah.
And her
like,
last words were like, I want to be with Carrie. And
fuck, man.
away.
Like,
crazy,
and
man.
I feel so bad for her daughter. Like Carrie Fisher's daughter, who's in the Scream Queens show.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's the one with the earmuff things.
Huh.
She wears the Leia earmuffs in the show. So it's like kind of an ode to her mom in a way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird, but I feel really bad about that one. That sucks. But with that said and done, fuck you 2016. Fuck cancer.
Suck a dick.
Stop taking everyone. And believe me, guys, we understand that there are people out there in our lives that have passed away this year.
I know, and you know what else, though?
And that doesn't take away from them by any means.
You know what else, though? My wife's grandfather and mother died in 2016.
Right, yeah.
So 2016 can suck a dick in hell.
Yeah, I hate to be like the guy, it's like, oh, 2016. But like it really did kind of have a shitty
It really grabbed us all by the pussy.
That's going to be grabbing us for the next 4 years at least.
All right, guys, on that note, I think it's about that time.
Oh my God. Horrorshot!
With all that negativity and down, just that fucking morbid shit.
I know.
So we're going to honor them by doing a fuck 2016 horror shot.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it up nice, actually, but also with a Beyond the Veil horror podcast flair, like always. Now, we went back and looked at all the different shots that we did, and if you guys don't know this, we put all of the information in there. What we're going to do is Mike went out and bought Don Perignon. A $300 bottle of wine.
Let me get my monocle.
Wait a second.
Because we always have this champagne room that we want to go to, but we don't have the money to go to it.
Mike, I don't know if you knew this. This is Don Pedro.
Who
the fuck did you buy this from?
It's south of the border. I bought it off a guy on the street. He was selling oranges and something else like that.
No, we're drinking shitty fucking champagne.
Yeah, it's cheap.
But what we're going to do is we're going to actually do like a bomber. So we're going to pour champagne into a cup. Then we're going to do a half a shot of Jagermeister and a half a shot of peach schnapps. Jagermeister, by the way, was one of our number one ingredients in all of our shots this last year.
Yeah, because people hate us.
Yeah, well, because we hate ourselves, I think. So we're going to drop that shot into the cup and do it Beyond the Veil, fuck 2016 style. Only the best for you guys.
Broken dreams.
So Mike is going to be preparing the half shot of Jagermeister with the half shot of peach schnapps into the 1 ounce shot glass.
So this is Jagermeister from Germany. I'm putting a small amount into the bottle.
That's pretty good.
It's very good. Just a small amount for the drinking.
Did you put schnapps in that too, or no?
No, it's just a deer's blood.
You gotta put schnapps in it.
Schnapps.
Schnapp it up.
Snarf. Snarf.
So this is a fresh bottle of peach schnapps.
You poured it in like a quarter of the fucking thing.
I'm making a shot.
It's a dainty pour.
It's a dainty pour. So is this all it is? Is just Jaeger, peach schnapps, and bad decisions?
And champagne. Do it right for a change.
I'll do it right.
I really hope I catch AIDS from this.
Even if it doesn't sink to the bottom, we're still going to drink it, so it doesn't matter. Fuck you, 2016!
You can suck my cock! Do it up.
All right.
Okay, it's
not.
floating. It's like a boat. This doesn't work. I'm just gonna pour it in. There we go. Pouring it in.
Ooh, that's weird. Making me want to puke just looking at you. Oh. We classy around here. Good old Nana. You had that bitter face just like my grandmother. Yeah. We called her the Miracle Mile because one day she took a mile of dick. It was a miracle she survived. Yeah. Did you drink that?
Yeah.
All right. So Mike has a special shot for us.
Yeah. I go to Vegas a lot. I go to the Tiki bars, and I wanted a Tiki style shot so I could teach you guys what a real drink tastes like.
Oh, yeah, because Tiki makes me think real drink.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a boner and stick it out of my pants and have you guys suck
You're
it.
going to flip a shot? You're going to flip a shot off your dick into our mouths? Anyway, so we're recording live. Live and direct. But we got a really cool shot. Mike decided to make something. What do you call this concoction, Mike?
I don't know, but I drink a lot of Tiki drinks, and this is kind of what I make for Laura sometimes. And if we got to do a Tiki party at my house, but this is the kind of drink that I make at my house when we do a parties.
It's called a Tiki drink?
Well, it's just like it's rum and pineapple and orange juice and tastiness.
Right, and he used Sailor Jerry's.
Yeah.
So let's. This one's called the. What are we calling it? What do we call it? 2017. Good luck, 2017.
Let's
Yeah.
call it the pussy grabber.
The pussy grabber.
Yeah. 4 years of pussy grabbing.
Yeah. This is what I do when I have a day off.
Right. Cheers. Now don't drink it out of the thing. Drink it out of the straw, Pat.
Yeah.
Christ, he's gonna have fucking dry ice on his lips.
So you said this was just Jack Daniels?
That's tart. It's good though.
It's pretty strong.
Kind of tastes like a what is it called? Mai Tai? No.
I don't know. It's 2 kinds of rum, plus some coconut rum, orange juice, and
Sailor Jerry's, basically.
Sailor Jerry's, pretty much.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah. A little strong, but
it's really strong.
Would you expect anything less from me?
Yeah, well, so Horrorshots, 2016's been a motherfucker for a lot of people. A lot of bad news going around. But this is symbolism of 2017. And how fruity what the fuck is going on? Jesus, Mike, my nipples are hard.
I made it really strong.
You really did.
I'm not a bartender. I'm an alcoholic. There's a difference.
All right. Well, my fingers were getting frozen to the cup. Like, no joke, because I held it underneath. Thanks for stopping by, or not.
You had a live feed.
Yeah, this is live.
Oh, wow,
Live and direct.
Jeez.
So if you want to catch this video, you can go to facebook.com/Beyond the Veilcast to find us now. Join now. Comment likely. We love you. Yeah, it's not bad.
Well, yeah, I made it really strong because I'm drunk and it's what happens.
Yeah, it's really strong.
yeah, it's pretty damn strong.
I don't know. Are my nipples supposed to break through my shirt? And what a fucking kick-ass From Beyond shirt, dude.
I know. Ryan Hutman got me this for Christmas.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Where's mine, Ryan? I don't know if you listen, but goddamn, dude. I thought we were friends, dude. What a dick. Very cool of you, Ryan. So, we're finishing off our drinks right now, and I just want to say, cheers to everybody who we lost this past year, celebrity or not. You are not forgotten, and we drink to you. I would pour it on the ground, but I don't want to clean it up.
You can pour it in the trash.
Yeah, no, fuck no. And I feel like I'm going to pour it on the ground after I finish this from my mouth. So, fuck. I can drink it now, right? There's nothing dangerous in it.
Yeah, all the ice is gone, yeah.
And to finish things off, we want to keep the champagne jam going.
Keep it flowing, the champagne flowing.
So we bought some extra special champagne. It's the champagne of beers, none other than Miller High Life.
Oh, shit. I grew up on this
Because we fancy.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for Horrorshots, guys.
Horrorshots! So there's something I wanted to talk about. It's the news, you bitches!
Here is the fucking news.
I'm gonna keep doing this. No, I'm serious.
Throughout the whole news
I'm gonna keep
thing.
doing this.
Yeah, everybody will enjoy that, I think. Ring in the 2017. Okay, I'm going to hit you.
There's a baseball bat right there.
No, fuck. I got a machete, too.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Let's double team this motherfucker.
So there's a handful of actually
A handful.
a handful.
We missed so much news.
I got more than a handful now.
I know, dude.
Baby hands.
Oh man, dude. First of all, the Villisca Axe Murder House movie coming out.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I've seen the trailer, I think.
Yeah, you think you're not?
Well,
sure?
it's been a little. I remember watching it before I went on vacation.
Are you slow in the brain? It's okay.
A little bit now that after I drank your fucking Tiki pussy drink.
It's all good. It's all good. No, but it's like I like it because I'm glad they're finally making a movie based on Villisca. I've been there, which is cool because I've seen a few movies previously based on the murders, and they are what they are, nothing major.
Right.
But it's really cool to see one that has a higher budget.
Seems like a lot of movie studios are starting to figure it out.
Oh yeah, I just know like I've stayed the night at the Axe Murder House.
Right.
I know how fucked up the place is.
Yeah, you've talked about it on here.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And it's it looks pretty damn decent.
So what do you have for news, Pat?
Well, there's a couple of things I got. This is barely not news, but we kind of missed it because we weren't recording. But it was Lloyd Kaufman's birthday.
Oh,
right,
dude.
yeah.
On December 30th. The guy's fucking 70.
Right.
Still doing it. Kick on. Oh, dude.
Yeah, he's still the same guy he's
Live
always been.
forever.
Right. Well, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Yes.
And we would love to get you on to the show. It'd be fun to have him on.
Right.
I just
Dude,
wanna
he's the kind of guy that, like, if we were to, like, hit him up, I bet he would be like, come on down, man.
Oh, for sure.
Like, he
Yeah.
just seems like that kind of guy.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, he reposts everybody's shit. Like, anybody that talks about trauma, it's like repost.
Right.
Yeah,
Other
happy
than that-
birthday, big guy.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother. Other than that, did you hear about this demon spotted in Phoenix?
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
talk
what
about
the
that.
fuck?
Like,
Satanic.
there's not much news about
Well,
it.
we
Like,
don't know if
there's
it's a demon.
We don't know if it's a demon,
Hail
but there's
Satan.
a blurry picture of a demon-esque looking creature.
People are pretty crafty these days with their Photoshop skills, but they did zoom in on the picture and it didn't look like it was like...
Pasted in there.
Yeah, like you can usually kind of tell. You know what I mean?
It looked pretty fucking menacing. It looked fucking huge.
It looked pretty
dude.
real. I mean, I don't know if it was real, but you know,
Right.
it just looked legit.
Well, the guy's name is Richard Christensen.
Okay.
The guy's name is Living in My Parents'
Living La Vida
Basement.
Loca?
Living in my parents' basement.
That's not right.
But yeah, apparently he posted it for a day and he took it down. I don't know
So-
why he took it down.
And
or-
this is what we talked about briefly behind the scenes. Like, okay, first of all, like, we try to post videos to be somewhat, quote unquote, viral.
Legit, yeah.
Viral or meme crazy or whatever the fuck to get some sort of notoriety or whatever.
Right.
Just because we find it funny or something like that. And shit just doesn't work out that way. You can't just plan something like this. So this guy posted this picture. Everybody went ape shit over it. He took it down almost immediately.
Right.
Somebody saved the picture and then reposted it for everybody else after he took it down.
Dude, what the fuck?
There's no explanation as to why it's on there. It almost seems planned in the sense that maybe somebody was like, "Oh, he took it down," and then like,
Right.
you know, like maybe
Hey,
that's
bro.
the way that they planned it. But if not, if it was legit that he took it down for some odd reason and he didn't explain, maybe we could get him on and talk to him.
We
See what
could,
kind of crazy is going on in his head.
I would actually like to know if he actually saw it or if it's one of those phenomenons where he
Yeah,
took a
like,
picture. And
break it
just
out. I'll give
shoved
you
out.
$100 right now if you fucking tell me if it's legit or not. Yeah.
So other than that, there is a little bit more
25, 30.
news on that game coming out based on the H.R. Geiger artwork.
oh,
yeah.
that's right. Scorn.
Scorn, yes. Apparently, it's going to be in seasons. There's going to be 2 seasons to it. They said there's not going to be any more than 2 seasons.
Well, that makes me question it a little bit. First of all, seasons?
Yeah, it's
Like,
probably,
what does that mean? Every 3 months? Like, I don't know. What the fuck are they talking
It's
about?
probably 2 parts of the game, and they're just split
Okay,
up.
yeah, I'm not trying to put the game down because I'm super excited about
Oh,
it because it looks
fucking-
just
oh, dude.
surreal and fucking crazy. It's like H.R. Geiger had sex with fucking Clyde Barker.
Well, it says it's a cohesive, lived-in world. Scorn takes place in an open-ended world. So I think that's awesome that it's open-ended like that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
kind of like
can't wait.
puzzly.
Right. It almost sounds like it's going to be a Myst game, but with some first-person shooter elements to it.
I don't think it's a shooter.
It is a shooter.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't seem like
No,
your typical
what I'm
shooter.
saying, yeah, it's not your typical shooter.
Right.
It's
When I
gonna
think
be-
shooter, I think Call of Duty and stupid
right.
shit like that.
Well, they kind of talk about how ammo is very limited, so you gotta choose
you gotta
your
rip
battles.
body parts off of dead things and then
Right.
like put it in your gun
Well,
and
they-
squirt it all over.
I know they showed that in the trailer, but I'm not.
I'm trying not to make that joke, but you hooked me up, dude.
We're on the same wavelength.
That's
Mike.
good. It's good.
So what about you, Mike? What else do you have?
Oh, shit.
God damn it! Snap out of it, motherfucker. Mike is already drunk, but we took some pretty heavy shots. I gotta admit.
That's how it goes.
I mean, I think Pat's drank more than me, and you're doing pretty good.
I'm starting to feel it now, though.
It's a fucking new year, man! Happy Who
cares? Oh, sax. Hey,
I'm gonna have to cut that down.
I have a friend in a band that's called Goth Brooks,
Oh yeah.
and they have a new music video out. It is what it is. They're friends of mine. They're kind of cool. Well, I'm saying kind of cool. That sounds like a
You're
that sounds
real
like a
dick.
dick move
Kinda
thing to
cool.
say.
You know, sometimes they're mediocre.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jealousy.
Hey, jealousy.
But Jonah is a friend of mine, and Chris is my second lover.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. And Mike is really cool. So it's awesome they're doing what they're doing.
So we'll put the link down in the description, or at least link you to the Facebook page.
Yeah, and I helped shoot the video. I shot a lot of B-roll. And B-hole.
So it probably sucks then, right?
B-hole roll. That's, no.
But yeah, like imagine like you're here listening to a country song and all of a sudden someone's like screaming like Satan, you know, into the mic. Like that's what Goth Brooks is like. Like I don't know how to explain it.
And you realize you're going down on yourself?
In your mind. But anyway, so what other news? We got I got a couple of things here.
Do it, dude.
There's a game that's come out. It's a horror game. It's a horror survival game, by the way. It's called Tattletales. And it's based off like a sort of a Furby.
Oh, we were watching this trailer earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like based off of Furby. Like if you guys aren't familiar with what Furby is, it was a fucking creature that you could basically like Tamagotchi or like help grow or
I still
something.
have my Tamagotchi.
You know what's
by the
shitty?
way.
I had an original Furby.
Really?
And you know what I did to it?
Why?
I fucked it up and I circuit bent it.
Really? That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
And then I wound up in the garbage.
Did you ever have the Tamagotchi?
I did. The little eggs.
I did.
Dude, I still got mine.
Yeah, I have that.
I have
I
two
had it
eggs.
somewhere.
I have 2 eggs in my pants.
Very small eggs.
I thought those were baskets.
No, but
and the
check this
baskets
out. So
held
check
the
this
eggs.
out. So there's I know we got to roll with this shit, by the
Right.
way. So check this out. They have this Furby game that's like a horror game. And I watched the trailer for it and it looks ridiculous, but it's $5 on Steam right now.
That's totally worth it.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking play the shit out of
Right.
that. And maybe I'll have it for this cast. If I do, I'll put the link to the YouTube video below and play some of the game for you and give you some of the highlights or
Yeah,
whatever.
I'd really like to see that. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have to play this game just because it's like you see, like apparently there was like several different types of tattletales that are like Furbies. And one of them is like a bad one, and they had to stop production of it because like it's bad.
It's like the good guy doll or whatever.
Yeah, but you have to carry one of the tattletales around with you as you're like discovering this place with a flashlight. And it just seems like you see like glowing red eyes under the Christmas tree, and it's just like it's just kind of freaky and stupid. Like I just gotta play it. I don't know. It's something I gotta see. But if you guys are interested, go ahead below and check that out on Steam. Also, Matthew McConaughey recently spoke to Playboy magazine, and he talked about how he chose the new Dark Tower movies over the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
I thought you
yeah.
said something else, but it's Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
I thought when we were talking earlier, you said some other actor, but that's going to be awesome, dude. I can see
Yeah.
him as that guy.
Well,
Oh,
technically,
the walking dude?
the what?
McConaughey's going to play the walking dude.
He's going to play the devil. He's going to play the Man in Black,
the
basically.
walking dude. Yeah.
Yeah. He's basically the villain. And he said that basically he felt like he could do the devil, and he had more kind of control of the character and how he wanted it to be than the character that he would not disclose that he was going to do in the Guardians of the Galaxy, which I kind of had a feeling he was going to be Star-Lord's father.
Yeah.
I had a feeling. But
I'm glad with the casting choice
Of
of
course.
his actual father is Kurt Russell.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I can't wait to see
I
that
think
shit.
that's like the perfect thing. Matthew McConaughey, though, talks very highly of the Dark Tower. He says, I mean, he's a pretty well-known actor, right? So we got to have he's got some clout
Right.
over what this story
Well,
of the
not only
Dark
that,
Tower
Ron
is going
Howard
to be.
Ron Howard's the one supposed to be directing this
Right.
movie. And Ron Howard
is it
fucking,
Ron
Yeah,
Howard?
and I'm
Yeah.
guaranteeing you it's going to be a series.
Dude, what about
You mean a trilogy.
Idris Elba.
Trilogy at least.
Right.
Huh?
Oh, the guy playing the gunslinger.
Oh, the black guy. I can't
Yeah.
think of his name.
Idris Elba.
Yes. He's
Yeah.
awesome, dude.
I know.
love that
It's
guy.
like whenever
What?
he comes on screen, my wife gets so wet she slips right off the couch.
Wasn't he in...
Yeah, his name is slipping me. Give me
Idris Elba!
He just said it.
I made a joke. You didn't get it. Did
No,
you
no,
hear it?
I mean like his face. Like, what role did he do that I would know?
Didn't he do Pacific Rim?
Pacific Rim job, he sure did.
Yeah, he was the...
Oh, so he's an American
yeah, he was the
Gangster,
one that was
Pacific
like the
Rim.
father to the girl
Right,
that he
right.
saved.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, no, he's great,
Yeah,
dude.
he
I
is
love
okay.
that guy.
Oh yeah, he was in Prometheus too.
You're right. I think he was.
He was the captain.
He is phenomenal. He's
really good.
He's gonna tear it up.
But I'm super excited for that. The only other thing I really have is that Sadako versus Kayako is a Shudder exclusive, which is basically The Ring versus The Grudge. The Grudge versus The Ring, which is going to be on Shudder on January 26th. I had to do some serious digging for that. But this is the information I got on the only website that actually gave the date. But January 26th, if you guys aren't a part of Shudder, and we're not sponsored by them by any means.
I would love to be.
I would love to be. So Shudder, if you're listening, we're here, buddy. We're here. I mean, I don't mind. It's $5 a month, so I don't really give a fuck.
Cavity colors.
Yeah.
But I actually really like it. Like, I think that they get a lot of the movies that we're waiting to see in HD, they get weeks before.
Oh, no shit.
They come to Blu-ray.
I was thinking about getting that.
Which is like, I don't mind paying for it, but sometimes I have this inner turmoil where I'm like, should I watch it or wait till I get the Blu-ray?
How much is it a month?
It's $5.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not like $5.99. It's literally
no, and they're it's $5.
I'll just screw with an extra $1.
It's
I gotta know.
Hey, that's
it's like $4.99. $4.99.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. But other than that, do we have any other news?
No?
Mike?
Oh, not really. Not that I can think of. I think we should get in the meat and potatoes.
Okay. Not the meat and potatoes just yet. Releases. We're going to do a little something special here, but that's it for the news, guys. Okay, so normally we go ahead and do the upcoming and new releases of Blu-ray, DVDs, etc. But we're going to be doing something a little different today. Now, I know you guys are much more of a horror fan, but I think this genre kind of crosses over into a lot of different genres. It's just one of those things. And we're going to be talking about none other than Rogue One.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
The new Star Wars story.
Well, say what you got to say, but I got something I got to say on the film.
Well, let's just do one by one. So,
okay.
Why don't you go first?
I'll just make it quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just trying to make it as poignant as possible. Round robin, go around and do our fucking shit.
Okay.
First of all, I think it's a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's a good movie. And I think that because they didn't take enough time to develop some of the characters, which I know this comment drives everybody crazy, but I feel like they could have done some very minimal film technical things that could have made us care for those characters a little bit more.
Oh, for sure.
With their background story. The overall feel of the movie was amazing. I loved the aspect of human, how it wasn't just good versus evil, it was everything in between and on either side.
Right.
And it was the whole spectrum of human emotion and human revolution and human whatever. And it was amazing in that sense. All of the characters were literally instant mashed potatoes awesome.
Right.
Like, just add water, you got great characters,
potatoes.
But I know nothing about them, so I don't give a fuck if they die.
Right.
Okay? Not trying to spoil anything. I won't say too much if you haven't seen it, but if you haven't seen it by now, you're an idiot. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, am I really spoiling anything for you? But I didn't care by the end of the movie for any of the characters that might have died.
Right.
And I wish they would have taken the time and less time on what's her name? Jin. I wish they would have spent less time on her character because it was less about her and more about the whole crew.
Right.
Anyway, that's my piece.
So, okay, now I agree with you on some of those points.
Watch on the spoilers, though. Just
keep it under check.
Oh, for sure. I mean, okay, first of all, when I think of Star Wars, I automatically go to John Williams. The music was not up to par to what,
John Williams did not do the music.
He did not do the music. No.
Just to be clear.
Just let our viewers know. They didn't do... It wasn't John Williams. It was some guy that does Marvel scores, which I don't know why you would contract someone that does Marvel scores.
Because Marvel is literally the one fucking franchise right now that's doing better than everything.
Right.
Everybody wants some of that fucking Marvel dick in their mouth.
For sure.
Stanley's cock.
Seriously, they want that Marvel dick, dude.
Right.
Sony was like, yeah, we'll suck your dick. Here's Spider-Man. Fuck me in the ass.
Alex over here telling us that we're gonna be,
Just
short
let
about
me
this.
tell
You're making a joke, but you're not making a joke.
Sony was like, look, you can fuck me in the ass, but just let me push back on it.
So yeah, main complaint: John Williams needed some better epic music to actually feel like a Star Wars film. Other than that, like Alex was saying, there was no character development whatsoever. I don't care if there was background story; it didn't even need to have that. It just needed to show some camaraderie between the characters,
Right.
Something that really binded them together.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They could have done small, tiny, little things that could have brought that whole thing together, and instead they spent an hour on Jin.
I really think they just focused on like the stylizing.
Sorry, I'm talking. I didn't mean to.
It's all right. No, don't worry about it. I don't care.
That's what happens when you.
I'm passionate about this because everybody
we all are.
Everybody takes me the wrong way when I say this shit. They think that I hate the movie.
Way, dude. I hate
They're
that
like, oh, you hate the movie? Well, fuck you, and I'll fucking fuck your mom.
Yeah,
like
I hate you, man.
Calm down.
And by this time, I'm kind of pissed about that. I have to say, oh, it was a good movie, but let me say what I have to say first. You know what I mean? Right. It feels like I have to say that. Other people are going to jump down my throat.
Well, we'll get a little more elaborate into it. Let's let Mike say what he says.
Well, let me just say one more thing.
No, say what you got to say, dude.
There was not enough Vader.
Okay.
Definitely not enough Vader.
Fair point. We'll get into more of that because I have some points on that too. What about you, Mike?
I didn't actually see it. I wanted to see it, but based on
what?
No,
the fuck?
I have not seen it.
Were we just talking about outside?
You just told me you saw it. Are you fucking with us?
I'm going into a joke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot that you said that.
Dude, that is not a good joke.
No. He said this outside, and I totally forgot.
Okay. This is a great joke. I wrote this at 2 a.m, wasted off my ass. Get ready.
All right.
Okay, so I didn't actually see Rogue One. Oh, really? I wanted to see it, and so many people did, because I spent a lot of time studying film and stuff like that.
Being a douchebag.
Being a douchebag.
I went to film school.
I went to film school.
I'm better than you.
I'm blah, blah.
You don't know movies like me.
But really, like I'm like, you know what? I've read a lot of interviews and reviews, and I haven't seen the movie. But you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Alex? Okay. So you know how the movie ends.
Right.
Okay. So if I make a prediction, will it... I'm going to make a prediction based on my film knowledge.
Okay.
To see how the film ends. Okay, and let me know how close I am to the ending of the movie.
Okay.
I'm going to say that based on my knowledge, the film ends with credits.
Are you fucking serious?
Hey, dude, you nailed that shit, dude.
That's the greatest joke ever.
Yeah, he's like...
it ended with credits, you fucking cocksuckers.
So are you fucking telling me that was the build up to the joke?
It was. This is what happens when you wake up at 2 a.m. and get wasted.
Dude, that reminds me of like when I went camping one time with this dude, and he told a 20-minute story, and it was supposed to be a joke, and the joke was that he had us all sitting around listening to him for 20 minutes, and there was no plot to the joke.
Oh my god, dude. So Mike saw the movie. Now
I did see
we can
it.
clear the air of the fart wind joke.
Right.
But really, like, it was okay for a film. I like the last bit of the film. The last fight sequence was really cool.
Okay.
It was really badass. And my favorite part, even though we kind of talked about it, was when Vader took his cock out and showed it to everybody on the stage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Right.
I was surprised that it was purple.
It was.
Yeah, it was weird.
Well, it was really hard, though.
I thought it would have been red, but...
All right, we got 5 more minutes to talk about this, so let's
get our yayos out. So what else did you think about the film, Mike?
Good and bad.
Okay, good. The last sequence, everything up into that was like boring.
Okay.
And I was angry that I didn't hear John Williams.
Okay.
I wanted John Williams. I wanted fucking fighting. And
any other major grievances?
My biggest was just John Williams.
Okay.
I wanted more of that that iconic
you,
music, you know.
Okay. Oh yeah, that music is just...
So what about you? Good and bad?
Good and bad. Good that it was aesthetically, it looked like Star Wars. It took me to that realm.
It was different.
It was different. It was a different story. It didn't focus around Jedis and the Force and all that. It was actually real people.
Right.
Bad is just there was no... Like I said, there's just no camaraderie between the characters. You didn't feel like and he kind
Yeah,
of
I didn't give a fuck.
Right.
They
You're
could have
like,
gone
oh,
up
they
in a
died.
mushroom
All right.
cloud and fucking... I would have been like, whatever.
Right.
I like that everyone died.
And I think another big grievance is John Williams, of course, the music. I'm sorry, I think of Star Wars, I automatically go towards the music.
Yeah, it could be like a blank screen and you could hear that fucking Imperial March.
Oh,
and
there's
you
another
just
thing.
be like fucking
They
coming in your pants.
They didn't do the traditional Star Wars opening.
Well, okay, first of all, let me go ahead and clear some air here. First of all, they wanted to make it so different than the original films. They wanted
Right.
it to be a standalone film
Side note,
by itself.
related, Gifford, I saw pictures of him with the director online. He went to LA and hung out with him.
What a dick.
Fuck him.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let me just say my few points. I feel like my favorite characters in order of human interaction was the robot.
I think that was everybody.
Right?
Everybody I talked to, that's what they say.
Straight 3PO.
Yeah. And then Donnie Yen's character.
The fucking the blind guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did not like his character.
I liked
he was
his character.
fantastic.
He was great,
fantastic.
I thought he was
It was great.
okay.
dude. Fine.
I love Donnie Yen. Don't get me wrong. But it's just, I pictured his character being more somber. More of like a master. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of being kind of like playful.
Here's the thing. I was not interested in Jin. She was a major plot point that was necessary.
Was she a chick?
She was, but...
Just hold on. Let me just get this out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to shut my
So
mouth.
she was a major plot point, totally necessary. The pilot, not the pilot, the fucking guy that was like her security guard / I'm going to watch you for going bad. No personality. Nothing to know about him.
Very, very bland.
Great actor, horrible backstory, nothing. Okay? Her, cool, kind of, okay, whatever. She's kind of like this rebel, whatever. They cut out the best line of hers out of the movie.
I rebel.
Yeah. You want a rebellion? Well, I rebel. Gone. I don't know why.
Well, forget about the other line, too. It's like, what will they do when they catch you?
Right.
What will they do when they break you?
Yeah, gone. All because people were like, I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. And they're like, got 5,000 people's fucking opinions.
Right.
It's like, really? You probably grabbed the most, like, non-Star Wars fan.
And I found it surprising a lot of people didn't like that guy's character.
Well, regardless, one of the main topics I want to talk about is Darth Vader.
Oh, let's go into that.
They did
Yeah.
not need to have Darth Vader chasing after a physical data tape that she was supposed to send off as the plans.
Like, he's watching the dude.
Yeah. He's walking after him, destroys like however many people, walks after him. He could literally crush the ship that they were in.
Right.
And just
the guy is
crush the guy.
Like, guided.
And he's like, can't get me.
Right.
You're silly. I'm Darth Vader. Bye-bye. And he runs off and fucking flies off, and Vader's like, shit. It's like, you could have put any fucking made-up henchman in that position, taken Vader, put him down on the planet, wrecking shit. Donnie Yen's character, and spoiler alert, you know when he does the blind thing, and he's like, I'm going to walk to the button.
Spoiler alert,
And
they all
use
die.
the Force. I'm going to use the Force. And he walks over and just like pushes the button.
Force is with me. I am.
They
one
could
with
have
the
had
Force.
a small, tiny fight with Darth Vader, who was wrecking shit on the fucking beach, right? He's just killing people. And Donnie Yen, who has the Force, decides to get into some sort of battle with him.
Right.
Doesn't know it's him necessarily, but he can sense something. Gets a hit on Vader, right? Just one hit. That's it. Gets one hit on him, and Vader kills him, and he pushes the button. End scene. Henchman chases after the guy with the DAT tape, who has no special powers, who can't wreck shit, makes a lot more sense than just flying off with the fucking DAT tape. And why did they try to get through the shield? So they could send it to a ship to send to another ship? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, it does make sense, actually.
All right, well, let's not go too far, but yeah.
Well, we won't go too far, but they had to get to the main computer to get those
Blah,
files.
blah, blah. It's...
Blah, blah, blah.
And let me fucking go cringe crazy about this fucking statement. Don't choke on your own arrogance. Really?
Right.
Really?
You know, it was said that there's been 40 minutes that had to be reshot for this movie.
Yeah, well, they fucked up.
They really did.
They should have stopped. See, this is what happened with fucking George Lucas. Had the same problem. He was so fucking hung up on all of his fans that he didn't just write the fucking movie that he should have.
Right.
And they did the same thing. I want to know what the movie would have been like with the original cut, and they'll never fucking release it. We'll never fucking know.
Well, this is a little bit different, though, because this is, I mean, with George Lucas, he went back and re-edited all the original movies and then said destroyed the original print of those movies.
Wow,
so
yeah, but he's a fucking crazy idiot.
Right. And there's no way you could destroy the original print with the way he was doing it. It was all digital.
If anybody's going to say destroy the original print, it's him. But fuck you for being an idiot.
Right.
Like, you're shitting on people's nostalgia. Anyway, I don't want to get too far into this. I thought it was a good movie. What stood in its way from being a great movie is the character development. I understand that the movie was practically 2 hours long, and we didn't need a 3-hour movie.
Yes, we did.
But there is ways that you could have done it very film tactical that could have made us synthetically care for these characters. Dude. With like flashbacks, the pilot, Bodhi, who I loved. I loved Bodhi, but I didn't know shit about him. I didn't care about him. He had like 3
lines in the movie, dude.
They could have fucking, when that little brain creature like stuck its tentacles on his face, he could have had an entire flashback of what happened to him, and would have made him realize why he was against he was for the rebellion against the fucking empire.
For sure.
And it would have been so much more integral into the part of why he was like such a fucking rebel against it.
Right.
At least showed something about it. Just a fucking 2-3 minute clip, dude.
Right.
That's all you needed.
Like you were saying, exactly. I agree with it. We'll move past this in a little second, but I'm just going to say, I agree with you. They should have cut down Jin's story.
Right.
It only needed like a 2-minute introduction just to give you a quick what's up with her.
Right.
And
she wasn't the main character. Right. Everybody thinks she is, and I'm glad that there's a female antagonist or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I think she was a strong character. She was super awesome, but we didn't need to know that much about her. She was not that interesting.
Exactly. And that aside, I can even put aside the music. Like, I won't give a fuck about the music. Just give me more Vader and give me some camaraderie between the characters.
Right.
Something to glue me to them, to make me feel for them.
Michael Madsen, awesome father, didn't need all that information.
Right. I think we've gone way past 10 minutes now.
Krennic's character was cool, but I really didn't think he delivered like he should have.
No.
Like, it felt like it was his C-rate performance. Because I've seen him act in Bloodline on Netflix, and he's really good.
He just didn't fit. But he has no presence.
Right. And here's what I'm going to say, for y'all you Star Wars fans or not, I feel like Star Wars Force Awakens number 7 is probably just slightly better than Rogue One.
Oh, yeah.
They both done really great things that each other did not do, but as far as characters, the Rogue One does have really great characters that we know nothing about. Force Awakens has Finn, who is by far one of my favorite characters out of the entire Star Wars universe.
We'll just use the Force.
I think he's amazing. I love his, like, you just understand him. He's grown up. He's, like, on his own. He's like a newborn.
He got that teenage angst thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who's in charge now?
Right. And like how he bounced off of Han Solo, it was just amazing.
Right.
I think it's that time that we get into the 2016 best of, worst of, disappointed of, anthology of the works. And now let's get into the flesh and potatoes right now. All right, guys, so we're back.
Oh!
It's time for the 2016 top. Now, we decided, since some of us have seen some of these movies and some of us have not, we picked some of the movies that we felt were the top 25 movies of 2016 related to horror in some facet.
Yes.
There is no specific order to this. So, let's kick it off with the top 2016 horror films. First off, I would like to give a big shout out to Anti-Birth.
Oh, dude, for sure.
One of those movies that came in halfway through the year, a little over halfway. And I don't know, Like, I really, actually, it was towards the end of the year. But I really enjoyed Anti-Birth a whole lot. And not just because we interviewed Danny Perez.
Which, that's what really made me interested in that movie, because he sounded like such a fucking cool guy.
Yeah. He really was. And I still talk to him online, like, every now
really?
and then. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
We were talking about Westworld and everything else. So, Danny, if you're listening, dude. But Anti-Birth was one of those weird, odd gems that I feel like has just stuck to my brain. I don't know why. I'm not a huge... I mean, I love the music in it and everything. It wasn't my specific style. Okay. But I just felt like it fit in this movie. And, like, some of the camera stuff that he did with it. And, like, how they did it. I thought it was really awesome. Did you guys have any points on that, Mike?
I would say it was really cool, man.
Yeah.
Like, kind of a weird, like, odd gem that I was not expecting.
Right.
The kind of a film that I don't typically see. I mean...
And the spectrum of 2016.
Yeah, well, not 2016 or even anything, to be honest.
Right.
You know, it just was kind of cool. I mean, and the cast was really cool.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the actress, the primary...
Yeah, my mind's a little... We're drunk as shit right now.
But she's fucking fantastic. I love her. She's so awesome.
And I loved her in Slums of Beverly Hills.
Right.
Yeah.
And the only reason she was even in the movie is because she's good friends with Danny, right?
Yeah, well, they became friends, yeah. I think over the Animal Collective that he did, which
Right.
was the kind of like a visual video for some of the Animal Collective music.
Right.
He was a roadie for them.
Oh,
But
wow.
interesting. It's actually a really... It takes a little while to kick in, guys, but by the end of the movie, it really kind of satiates any kind of craving that you may have had. Whereas there's some movies that have a lot of great buildup, and then by the end, it's like someone tied off your orgasm so that you couldn't enjoy it. But this is not one of those movies.
Like Necromantic or something. They put a rubber band on it, dude.
Did they do that in the movies?
Necromantic? Yeah.
Well, I remember 1 and 2, yeah. I
the
still need
first
to
one
get
she
those on
did.
Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But another one that we just recently watched, Mike and I did, The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
It looked awesome. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, if you're really into, like, looking at a motionless girl, like, on a autopsy table,
Dude.
who's like, really hot, it's totally your film.
First of all, they bring you into the world of being in a morgue, and how you basically look at a body.
Has anybody ever eaten a sandwich over the
Oh,
No.
You're right, they didn't do that.
By the way, guys, if you don't know this, I'm keeping documents of every movie that has had a sandwich or eating food over a dead body in a movie. And I'm calling it Corpse Sandwich. So
I have one for you, actually, because it was season 1 of Gotham, episode 3.
okay, well, I'm going to add that to the list. And one day when the website is up and booming,
Right.
yeah, it'd be like cryingwhile-eating.com. But yeah, Autopsy of Jane Doe, seriously, I think it is one of the last movies, literally one of the last horror movies that it came out in 2016.
Huh.
Literally, if you look at the IMDb list of 2016 movies, it is the last 2016 movie.
Oh, really?
And I watched it at my family's house. My dad and I wanted to watch it with Christina and everybody, and we loved it. Like, my dad was a little upset about the ending, and so was Christina. But ultimately, the build-up...
I like the ending.
I thought it was cool. Like, I think it left it open.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those ambiguous endings that created this area for discussion.
Right.
It wasn't just like, oh, spoon feeding you like bullshit.
Right.
It was like, okay, we can talk about this now. It's interesting.
I think, and it went in directions that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, for sure.
And the build-up and the tension, the atmosphere, the way that they did it, it was very supernatural, very paranormal. But I don't want to ruin it for you guys. But honestly, I think this is one of my top movies too. I think it's definitely worth a watch. You may not love it, but I think it's definitely notable for 2016.
Yeah, and the other thing I want to mention about it too, I'll just go over real fast. This film, I almost feel like there's this new influx of this new style of film.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
You know, which is really interesting because back in the day when you had low-budget films, they were really shitty, low-budget. You know, they didn't have good actors, they didn't have good direction, didn't have good production value.
Right.
And that's just kind of how it was. But you also had these other horror films that were higher-budget studio films, which were what they were. You know, like maybe like The Exorcist and Rosemary's Baby, stuff like that.
Okay.
But there seems to be this influx now of these
Middle ground.
Yeah, these middle ground films. These films that are like, it's like a low budget script, but actually has enough money behind it to make it worth a shit.
Well, maybe not low budget is probably not the right word.
Well, I think a low budget.
Great stories that are not considered by the mainstream executives
Okay.
that they've put money behind.
Yeah, like I'm thinking about.
These are not your typical. These are like cult movies in the making that they don't really talk about.
Yeah, like think about like Don't Breathe. Think about.
Yeah, that's a very indie style story.
There's that one. I could even go to say. What else? Shit, I can't think. My brain is farting.
Like Blair Witch?
No.
Not really Blair. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I kind of do.
Like Don't Breathe, Autopsy. I'm guessing Lights Out, though, although I did not see it.
Yeah. Very underground.
Yeah,
indie
all that
style.
kind of stuff. Like it's like a really simple kind of story, but it's packaged really well. And
Well, it's nice to know that executives are taking the risk.
well, because there's a huge.
Seems like they're taking the risk with certain directors, like Fede Alvarez, James Wan.
Oh,
James
yeah.
Wan's proven himself.
Oh, for sure, he's been around a while,
But Fede Alvarez, 2 movies.
and both were pretty damn decent.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
But guys, if you haven't seen Autopsy of Jane Doe, honestly, I really, really enjoy the movie. The ending is kind of give or take with some people, but I
loved
think
it.
it's so different and fun, and atmosphere is thick as fuck that you need to watch it.
Is this part of the top 25 list?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, the other thing I want to say too, really fast, this is literally a film that like I was watching it on the couch, and I literally got up because it's doing stuff that I wasn't expecting. I literally
Right.
was not expecting. I literally got up and was like,
Dude, in the scene in the elevator,
"Oh, dude! Oh,
amazing.
oh, dude!
Like, wow, dude. Like, did you know that I think they only took one shot of that?
Holy shit!"
So Brian Cox and the young guy, I can't remember his name offhand right
The
now.
guy from Girl Next Door.
Yeah. They both they just went with it, and the director was so pleased with it. He was just like, this is the best scene in the movie.
Oh, damn!
In fact, Brian Cox was not supposed to be the lead role, or, well, the dad role.
Oh yeah, you were saying somebody else.
Martin Sheen was supposed to play the father, but I'm kind of in the point now where I liked it so much that I feel like Brian Cox, like if it would have changed, would I have liked it as much?
No, Brian Cox, fucking. Just
He's a great actor, dude.
He is phenomenal.
Another movie that we kind of all, some of us saw, some of us didn't like, but I still think overall is a good movie for 2016, and that is The Conjuring 2,
Wah, wah, wah,
which
wah.
Mike was not a fan of.
It was okay.
Right.
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't phenomenal. It didn't kick me in the balls because the first Conjuring was like a surprise for me, and I really liked.
Okay.
But the sequel took too long.
Oh, I didn't even know you watched the first one.
Oh yeah, I watched. It was great, man. I loved it.
Okay.
But the sequel took, and for me, it took too long to get Ed, Lorraine Warren into the mix. I felt it was kind of slow.
But I think the characters, the actors who play them, are really good at that.
Oh, they're fantastic. I
because
like them
outside of that, well, Vera Farmiga, who does the mom in Bates Motel, and then
shit.
the other guy who was in, he doesn't have a lot of luck outside of James Wan.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but he's actually not a bad. He was in Insidious.
He's pretty cool.
He was the dad in Insidious.
Yeah.
But I think, while this is a mainstream movie, I feel like it does some things that are so unique. Specifically, the evil nun, Valak, the demon. When the shadow goes behind the painting that he painted of Valak, that he had a vision of,
Okay.
and then jumps at her, is very unique and iconic. And I think it's really well done. I think it's unique. And for me, it takes a lot to scare me. So it wasn't necessarily a scary movie, but it wavered on that line of mainstream and interesting for me.
Okay.
So, and again, these are not in order of the most popular. These are just ones that we felt were in the top 25,
Yeah,
guys.
for sure.
Another one that Patrick was a big fan of, and also Mike actually, was 10 Cloverfield Lane,
Oh, yeah.
which was the universe of Cloverfield, but not exactly Cloverfield. What do you think about that, Pat?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it had a great build-up. The only thing I didn't like about it is when it gets to the end and it kind of comes out of the cellar or whatever, there needed to be like an extra 20 minutes tacked on to the film.
Right.
There's something to give you a little bit of
It needed
closure.
to go a little further.
Yeah.
But it was two really great movies in one. It just didn't have enough of the end. But still, that chick that plays the girl in the movie, she's a great actor.
Oh, yeah.
She's phenomenal.
She was in that show Brain Dead, the political TV show about the worms that get in people's heads. The ants.
Was it good? I've never seen it.
I loved that show, and it got canceled. 10 Cloverfield Lane, I really enjoyed. I think it's one of those movies that you should probably own, especially if you're a fan of the Cloverfield.
Okay.
Another one that we feel that is definitely in the top 25 is Don't Breathe. Fede Alvarez, who did the remake of Evil Dead. This guy came out swinging with this movie. But Fede Alvarez did a really good job on Don't Breathe. Now, we've talked about this in another cast or episode. I'm not sure it's necessarily franchise worthy. It's a good standalone film, and I can see a lot going wrong with the sequel. But Don't Breathe is one of those movies that really fucked with people. Another movie that we want to do that me and Patrick specifically are big fans of is The Invitation.
Oh, it's so good. Curran. Yes,
Curran Kurosawa. She did an amazing job, and I'm kind of looking forward to her new movie that's coming out. I believe it's called XX. Another movie that I don't remember if you guys saw this one or not, but it was called Hush.
No.
Oh, I want to see it. I've not seen it yet.
God,
Isn't that on
man.
Netflix?
It is so... Okay, there's other movies that have been done about being deaf or being blind or all these other style things, but this one did a really good job of a torture revenge sort of fight-up movie or break-in, like home invasion type movie, but they added this like element where this girl was deaf. She could write, she could type, she could see everything, but this guy tries to break into her house and try to kill her and all this other shit, and the way they did it I thought was really unique, and I feel like it definitely belongs in the top 25 because it just sticks out in my head. I haven't bought it yet, but I really think it's worth watching, and I think it's on some of the streaming media right now. So if you guys haven't seen that movie, it's called Hush, and it's actually, I think it's pretty fucking good. Another big movie that was in the theaters that James Wan did, this is a second movie that he did that I think got a lot of credit, was Lights Out.
Oh, I got to see it still.
Yeah.
I have not seen it.
I've seen about half of it. I haven't finished it.
I heard it. Didn't you see it was like okay? It wasn't like amazing.
I felt like it was like an 8.
Eight's pretty good, dude.
But for the brood of 2016, from what all the movies came from.
Okay.
Now, granted, guys, keep in mind, you got to remind yourself here, we can't watch 500 movies in 1 year, okay? So we are talking about movies that we saw, or some of us saw, or whatever, that we felt really stuck out. And I think I'm okay by saying that Lights Out, while it wasn't the most amazing movie, it's getting a sequel. That makes...
Oh, it is?
Yeah, he's getting... so he has 3 franchises already.
Oh, dude.
But they're doing another Lights Out. And I would like to see where it goes, although I am a little hesitant about where it might go. It's a good movie. It does some different shit. Where the lights are on, you can't see the girl.
Okay.
But when the lights go out, you can see her.
Right.
So when like lights are flashing, it like comes in and out of focus with her. Go ahead.
What I thought was cool was that it was all started from the YouTube video that he did.
Right.
Such a small, and that's such a great medium, YouTube now.
Now here's where I have issue with it.
Right.
The short called Lights Out, or I forget what it was.
It's called Lights Out.
It's called Lights Out.
Yep.
I felt like the white eyes and the face of the creature the character that came up to the bed was way better than what they portrayed in Lights Out. So that's where it gets a little bit of a ding in the negative
I didn't
spectrum.
get to watch the movie that far and to see what the actual girl looked like, but
it's very physical, and it's more physical than you expect.
Okay.
For a very supernatural, paranormal sort of style movie. But it does some unique, interesting new things that I haven't seen in movies. So that's why, for me, it hits the top 25.
Cool. All right.
Ouija, Origin of Evil.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's been a while since I saw it, but I remember kind of digging on it.
Yeah.
Like, well, I wasn't expecting much because any film about a Ouija board is generally pretty shitty.
Well, the first one was really bad, too. It had Mila Kunis in it.
And this is like a prequel of that, right?
I think so. I just look at it as a standalone movie.
Okay.
Personally.
Okay. I never saw the first one, but Origins of Evil, honestly, is not that bad.
No.
I had fun watching it.
And actually, it takes a little while to get towards the good shit, I think. And it does go a little buck wild at the end. But I think what it does at the end surprised me significantly. It felt like almost like 3 different movies in one movie because the tone changes as it goes on.
Yeah.
And it almost reminds me of Evil Dead 2 by the end of the movie.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
It really does. And that's why it kind of hits like that nostalgic kind of bump in me. It's kind of predictable, but not.
Right.
Oh, yeah. The other thing, too, is like, we didn't really talk about it, but maybe we did a little bit. It's very by the numbers as far as, screenwriting and...
What is it called? You call it?
Sid Field structure.
Sid Field structure.
It's very much like by the numbers, but that's part of what I liked about it,
right?
Because I could kind of tell like where it was going.
I feel like the 3 segments, the Sid Field structure, were a little lengthy, a little longer than they really needed to be, and I feel like it needed to kick in a little bit earlier. But what it did do, I think it did well.
Yeah,
and before the movie came out and when I saw the trailer, I was like, this is going to be better than the Ouija movie that Mila Kunis did.
Okay.
And it was. It was way better.
Yeah.
Because the first Ouija movie was so cheese dick, in my opinion. Like, I don't ever care to watch it again.
Did you ever see the old one, the Witchboard?
Yes. They did like 3 movies, didn't they?
Yeah, something like that.
Like one that was like straight, well, they were all straight to video.
I don't remember, but
it was the 90s.
Yeah, from back in the day. Still, the Ouija Origin of Evil, really not bad.
Right.
Give it a check. Check it out if you want to have some kind of an old school romp.
Now, the Purge election year, was the trilogy, the 3rd installment of The Purge. The first one was very different than the last 2.
I didn't care much for the second one, I tell you that.
Okay.
I couldn't even start it. I watched it for 2 minutes and I'm like, fuck this.
It is very cheese dick, but it is mayhem fun. So it's almost like, I don't want to say it's a Saw movie, but it has that element of like, I just want to see some mayhem. And there was a couple of moments that happened in the movie that I was cheering for. And that is what stuck with me.
Oh. See, like, that's the second one kind of deflated me.
Well,
I liked the first one.
Right.
The second one was just kind of like, what the fuck
Well, the
is
second
this?
one really pissed me off at the end.
Yeah.
Where he's, like, trying to, like, get that guy. Like, after everything that he's been through, all of a sudden he's going to go back to his old self. It's like, dude, no, you don't have 17 life experiences on the way to your fucking stupid-ass journey and then save everybody's life and then think you're okay to kill somebody. And then it just got stupid, but what you find out is they were just trying to bleed it into a third, sequel. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I thought it had some of the best character development. Train to Busan was really good.
It was?
It was, I think, it's not the most amazing movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
But it is some of the character development that they do in it, you really feel for them. And some of the stuff that they did in it was really unique.
So what's a quick plot for it?
Essentially, a guy who works for the government, I think, he never gets to spend time with his kids. And his wife and him split up, I think. And his kids want to spend time with him for Christmas, finally, after years and years of him not. And so they get on a train. He meets them at where they're getting dropped off at the train. And then drives them, or takes the train back to his area. But on the way, zombie outbreak happens. And people start... they stop at a train, someone gets bit, and then it gets onto the train, and then they're driving down, and all this crazy shit happens. But a lot of the characters in it you just really have like a connection with, in my opinion. And some people may or may not like the Asian cinema because it's got a little bit of a quirky flair to it sometimes.
So does this all take place on a train?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's got some really heartfelt moments in it. But I really like that movie. And if you guys haven't seen it and you are fans of zombie films, you should at least watch it. And I think because of the character development in it, I think it's worth being in the top 25. Let's see. We watched The Blair Witch.
Yeah.
I watched half of it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Like, I'm so lazy. I'm sorry, guys.
and to be honest, this movie got a lot of like crazy fucking hatred towards it.
I don't understand that because from what I saw of the movie, it seemed like a pretty solid film considering the first movie was kind of shitty.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if the first movie in its time, at that moment.
And don't forget about the nostalgic of it being like, oh, it was real at the time. Right.
At the time, we hadn't seen anything as real as that was.
Right.
It came across way more genuine than some of the movies that we'd seen previous to it because it was such a new...
Well, it was one of the first movies that actually did
It wasn't the first.
It wasn't the first, but it was one of the first movies that actually put, like, media out there that was, like, leaking to it.
It was what the early internet...
Found footage.
I was going to say early internet days.
Right.
Because it was, you could go online and say, was the Blair Witch real? And you could see...
And they had already backed it all up.
Yeah.
Like, before anybody got interested. They really thought it out really well.
Oh, they did. They really did.
It was kind of like a viral marketing campaign that you could have only wished to have as someone starting that.
Right.
It's one of the first ones that I can think of that was like that.
It's what I started to remember as viral.
Yeah.
Like when I was younger. Like I didn't...
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So, but this new one, I think Adam did a really good job. Yeah. And I think some of the sound design in this movie is some of the best shit I've ever heard. We've talked about it before. Honestly, if you're sitting in the living room and you have like shit going on around you, don't watch this movie. Don't. Just don't. If you've got headphones on or completely focused and you got the surround sound system on, this movie's going to fucking tickle your pickle. In my opinion.
Tickle your pickle.
It's really, like, if you really just sit and enjoy it, it takes it a step further than the original did. Another movie that I want to bring up for the top 25 is Before I Wake.
Oh.
This is a movie where a kid basically goes to sleep. He's, his family, he's lost his family, essentially. And he's in a children's home. And some family adopts him. When he goes to sleep at night, his dreams become reality. And so they start out very sweet and innocent. Butterflies that look like Christmas lights start flying around them. And they realize that what he dreams about becomes reality. Then he sees a picture on the wall of their dead son. Dreams about that kid. And he's in their living room and they hug him and he disappears. And then it starts to get progressively worse. And he calls this demon the canker demon. And I don't want to ruin it, but you find out why he's having these dreams. And it's actually pretty interesting. Like, I thought it was kind of scary and unique and, like, crazy. I think it's a pretty unique movie. And I think it's one of those movies. I just like the idea that you can dream and make something reality.
Right. When you said the plot line, it kind of reminded me of that movie with George Clooney, Solaris.
Oh, a little different.
Obviously, yeah. But
it reminds me more of a movie called Premonition.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
That one's a really weird movie where they like focus all their mind energy into this object and they bring something through from the other side and it literally starts decaying reality.
Oh shit.
And I like that movie too, but we did watch The Monster.
Oh yeah, it was a good movie.
What did you think about that one?
I thought it was a great story, great character development. The Monster, it intrigued me.
It wasn't great.
No, The Monster wasn't great, but for what they did with it, they didn't try to reveal it.
No, not at all.
They didn't try to shove it in your face. They kind of try to leave it to your imagination.
Right.
I just like when films do that because I'm going to think of something so more scarier than you could show me on screen.
Right. And I think the dialogue, some people were like, oh, well, you said, what did you call it, a Lifetime movie?
It was like a Lifetime movie.
God, dude, what a fucking horrible thing to say about a great movie.
I'm not trying to say it in a bad way. I'm just saying it was very dramatic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was
but it wasn't a typical Lifetime movie.
You gotta admit that it was very like dramatic and very intimate. You know what I mean?
Right.
It wasn't just like.
Well, I liked that the mom was a fuck up.
Right.
And I liked that the daughter was like doing the natural thing of being an adult because her mom was a fuck up.
For sure.
And I liked that between them because it gave it kind of an interesting story. And then, I mean, the movie does get a little weird towards the end, but I think the young girl, the daughter, did a really good job.
Oh, yeah.
I think the mom was like amazing. Like she did a really good job.
Smoking hot too.
But yeah, that's a really good underrated movie, and I think even the guys at Buzzkill Podcast,
did they like it too?
they liked it a lot too.
Nice.
And I think I suggested it online, but they had been meaning to watch it. So, but that was a really good one. Another one, I'm just going to shoot a couple through here, guys, because I don't want to run this too long.
Do it.
I watched The Shallows about the girls being stuck out in the middle of the ocean, sort of, in like this shallow area.
I want to see that. I've not seen it yet.
What was the other movie?
Good
that was
movie,
like that?
man.
It is. Oh, that is fantastic.
It's like Jaws.
Is it okay? I was gonna say Open Water, but
It's like Jaws, but on a very thriller-esque sort of way. And the way that she fights this shark is so fucking awesome. It's about a chick who basically had a mother who passed away from cancer. And when she was pregnant, she went to a beach, took a picture, this secret beach, and she always talked about it as she was growing up. And she wanted to go back to that place to honor her mom. And all this shit happens, and she gets stuck out in the middle of the ocean, basically. Another movie that I wanted to talk about is Pet, which you guys didn't see either.
I did not.
ooh, that is one of the films that I was looking forward to watching.
Right. Well, we can't watch every movie.
I know.
It's about a guy who is infatuated with a girl he meets on the bus. He doesn't have a very social life. He doesn't have a very outward life. And he meets this ex-classmate on the bus. She doesn't know who he is. He remembers her for a tea, instantly falls in love with her, starts stalking her, essentially, puts her in a cage, and then you find out all this crazy shit. It's done well. I think it's unique enough that it needs to be in the top 25 because they do a really good job of it. You watched The Green Room.
Oh yeah.
What did you think about that? Honestly.
It was okay.
Okay.
It didn't kick my ass. Didn't do anything I wasn't expecting.
But your expectations were that you're a big Patrick Stewart fan.
Patrick Stewart is fantastic. I mean, if I had to have sex with one man, and it would probably be him. But
Make it so.
Make it so. Yes.
Make it so.
But he didn't have enough screen time, and it just wasn't enough.
Well, you were looking forward to the movie because of him.
Yeah.
But it wasn't about him.
Correct.
He was just the head henchman.
Yeah. And even
Or he was the
beyond
boss.
that, even beyond that, I was expecting more extreme stuff, but it was not extreme. It was very
I thought it was gory as fuck and unyielding at times.
shit. I
Really?
thought it was like lukewarm.
I don't know, man. Like, there's some scenes.
Divulge too much information about
No,
it
you're
because
fine, dude. Like, you watch the trailer, you already know what the premise is.
Oh,
like,
really?
there's nothing
Yeah.
you're gonna.
Okay, I'm sorry. Don't mind me. I'm gonna
No,
stick a
but
cock back in my
honestly,
mouth.
like, there's some scenes in it that are really gory, kind of unyielding, in my opinion.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
maybe I gotta watch it again. Yelchin was in it, wasn't he? Or is
Yes, that was in one of his last movies,
wow.
actually. Yelkin, Anton Yelkin.
Yelkin. There you go. Not Yelchin.
Yeah. Yelchin. I thought it was actually not a bad movie.
I have to see it again.
It's pretty straightforward, though. Abattoir.
Oh, I still want to see that.
Yeah.
It's a great concept, and I'm sad that you said it was kind of iffy.
What it does is really amazing and unique.
Actually, do you know what it means? Abattoir means
Go ahead.
slaughterhouse.
Yeah, that's right. I remember. I just didn't think of it at the time.
I
But
know.
yeah.
Every time I see it on the streaming service, Laura has to tell me.
Well, the concept of the movie is really unique.
Yeah.
And it's better than when Pat's passing out on the mic. I'm just kidding.
I'm not. I'm awake.
He
Wake
needs a-
up, bitch.
He needs a handy J.
But here, so check it out. So the story, the concept is really awesome. It's about a guy who's obsessed with people who die in homes because he's interested in paranormal.
Yeah.
And he feels that when someone dies in a room, they emit a large portion of some sort of energy that traps them in that room. So this guy will buy up murder houses and then literally physically remove the room and rebuild it on a huge, ginormous house that is made of nothing but murder rooms.
I don't know why, but this sounds like 13 Ghosts.
Oh.
Kind of.
Right.
You know who it is? Darren Lynn Bousman, who is one of the directors of Saw.
Oh, okay.
Saw 2. Saw 2, 3, 4, and on. Darren Lynn Bousman. But
that's the guy who did it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's not a bad movie. I didn't like the ending. I didn't like what they did with the spirits, so to speak. That's what but because it's so unique in a way, like, I have to put it in there. I
want to see it so bad.
It's not high up on the list, but it is unique.
Does it raise the roof?
It doesn't, yeah.
That's what you're doing. I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to shoot through a couple of these without having to talk about it.
Do it.
Keanu Reeves did a movie called Knock Knock. Torture, revenge, horror movie. It's just...
I want to see it.
It makes you go, damn, dude, like, what the fuck?
How is Keanu in it?
He plays Keanu.
Was he...
I was going to say, is it just like running
Was
the
he-
I am a
Keanu?
character
Was he
in a movie.
Was he excellent?
I'm dodging bullets. I am Keanu.
I made an older reference than you did.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I said excellent.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. I really do want to see it, and honestly, like
I don't think it's a bad movie.
that's awesome. I'm glad you liked it.
I like the torture revenge movies.
I want to see it.
That's why it's one of my favorite, because I like torture revenge movies.
Also, I like Keanu Reeves. He's really sexy.
Well, I think him doing John Wick is amazing.
Oh,
John
the
Wick
second
2.
one is coming out.
Yeah, dude.
soon.
Second one's
John Wick
coming
2.
out, dude, and I love John Wick.
The guy who directed it was actually a stunt coordinator.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's why it's
good.
so on point
Right.
with that kind of action.
But
Yeah.
Knock Knock, honestly, it's not his best movie, but dude, I felt really uncomfortable with what they were doing to him. And there was moments where I was like, oh, that's stupid. Like okay, I'm just going to tell you. They put headphones on him and turn up the volume really loud to make his ears bleed. And he's like tied up in a chair.
That's
and it's
real
like,
torture.
dude, if you can move your neck, you can shake the headphones off.
Right.
Yeah. Well, what were they playing? What kind of music?
Just like metal or something.
Yeah, that sucks real bad. I'm sorry.
Before
It's
we
like
move
you have
on,
to listen to Metallica.
It's like they
really.
didn't tie the headphones to his head.
Oh, I would have totally done that.
You know what I mean? I would have shaken that shit off. There was a movie, it was an Asian film called The Wailing. Super odd, super weird, vampires and shit. Really cool, actually. Like, there was a couple of parts where it's not the best movie I've seen, but it is notable. It is one I do remember from 2016 quite well. It is kind of like a horror movie, and it's got some violence in it and some blood in it, and I thought it was pretty decent. I thought it was... A lot of people really like it. I didn't think it was as good as they were saying, but I thought it was really unique, and it's pretty interesting and creepy and weird. Baskin. Did you guys see that movie?
No.
Basket?
Fuck, man. I feel like I'm alone here. Baskin is that movie where these guys, they're all cops. There's like five of them.
Baskin.
Like Robins.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say like ice cream.
Yeah, but it's definitely not ice cream. It is a supernatural movie that is kind of existential, mind, metaphysical.
Now I gotta see it, you fucking cocksucker.
It's really cool, man. Like,
Okay.
It takes place about 5 guys who are traveling in a car at night, and they get a call for this house that has like some sort of murder or something. I can't remember. They go on the road to this fucking place. They get into an accident, and then there's some weird shit happening. You're not sure if they're dead or not. But they get into an accident. They go into this house, and they start finding all these people that are like one of the cops that showed up early is like pounding his head against the wall. And they start going through these rooms of this old, decrepit building, and they start finding, like, naked people with bags over their heads and, like, crawling around like demons and shit. And it's, like, really atmospheric. And then it, like, takes you back and forth. So, like, they're in this building, and all of a sudden you're back in the fucking diner that they were at earlier. And blood starts coming out of his hands on the table. And, like, there's this, like, weird, dark character that's, like, talking to them and being odd, and they're, like, trying to arrest him. And it just, like, goes back, and then by the time it gets to the end, I really think it's one of the most uneasy movies of 2016. as far as like atmosphere and style and everything. It's a little long-winded for most people in the mainstream, but for those who are willing to go for kind of a fucked up ride, it gets really fucking dark and violent and gory. Like, I think a dude gets his eye stabbed with a knife slowly. Essentially, it's mirroring death and life and somewhere in between. So it's like purgatory.
Okay.
But it's like fucked up purgatory.
Jeez.
So I think Baskin, it's one of those movies that's really expensive to buy on Blu-ray, but I gotta own it. Right. It's a really good movie for 2016. It's not in English. There is subtitles. Worth it. Okay, another movie that I saw called Nina Forever, which is the one about the girl who died. His girlfriend dies. And then he starts seeing some other girl, and they start having sex on the bed, and she has a period, and then the ex-girlfriend comes back to life through the bed.
Jesus.
And starts having a threesome with them.
So like a Pinhead.
That's what I thought of as soon as you said it, like Hellraiser.
It is very much like that in a lot of sense, but it's like a dark comedy. Huh. It's really dark, like dark comedy. But it has some really funny moments in there, and it's really unique and interesting how they have this menage a trois. And I think it's worth watching if you are into indie films that do something unique and different. If you're in for a little bit of a slow ride, but I think it's weird enough to keep people interested. The Scanners sequel, unofficial sequel, The Mind's Eye.
Oh, yeah. I still got to see that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
Okay,
Did you say it was okay? It wasn't amazing, but it was okay.
A lot of people really love this movie. And I'm not saying that it's not a good movie. I really did enjoy the aesthetic of it and how weird it was. But there was a lot of scenes where it looked like people were taking shits.
Oh, yeah, I remember you posted that.
I posted the video on Instagram, and the director liked one of my posts, so I know he had to see it. So I felt bad, but I wasn't trying to make fun of it. It's just what popped in. You know, you get those thoughts when you're watching a movie, and you're just like, God, they look like they're taking shits. But it was really cool. Like, it is really cool. Like, I think it's a low-budget film, in a way, very indie, super psychic powers, where people are fighting with psychic powers to each other, and they crush each other's body parts and shit like that. They're fighting in the air, and it's kind of cool. Like, I really did like it. Has a good feel to it. A lot of people really love it. Also, Ava's Possession was another film. It's kind of a comedy. It's a dark comedy, but it's more comedy than dark. It's about a girl who goes to Demonic Possessions Anonymous. I know it sounds stupid, but it's actually pretty entertaining.
Okay.
Like, it's really funny. Like, I thought it was, like, way better than... And it's really unique, because have you ever seen a movie where they go to a Demonic Possessions Anonymous? They're like, you're 10 times more likely to get possessed a second time.
It's like a place where you gotta go take a number and shit.
Right. Well, they're trying to keep them suppressed so that they won't get possessed again, because but they treat demonic possession like an addiction. And it's really unique and fun. And she's like, the way that she described, she's like, yeah, I used to get possessed. You know, like, I got possessed by a fucking crazy demon. And, like, they, like, put these charms on their necks that brings the demon out, and they have to fight him off to, like, fight the addiction.
That'd be great if there was just, like, a circle, and you had to bring your demon out. To be
Dude,
part
they
of
have
the
them on
circle.
stage, and they, like, get crazy. Like, all these people get possessed. It's fucking great, dude. It's pretty funny. And then the last one, I think, is definitely worth noting. Aesthetically, it was one of the best well-shot movies. Atmosphere. It wasn't my favorite movie, but it is The Neon Demon.
Oh, yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Which is an allegory towards the story of what Los Angeles is. The Neon Demon.
Right.
But it talks about, like, superficiality, like superficial bitches and men, and how everybody kind of milks off each other in LA. And it's kind of like a story about that. And it's really, if you look at it in that sense when you go to see the movie, it makes a lot more sense. It's really long scenes for no reason, for like the artistic.
Oh.
Is there a payoff?
Yes and no. I mean, I liked it, but I think it was well shot, well acted. All this weird shit happens. and you don't expect what happens necessarily. So yeah, I think it's going to pay off.
Okay.
I think it's a good movie.
Got to check it out.
Now I want to shoot through some of our favorite anthology films: Southbound, Holidays, ABCs of Death 2.5, and Monsterland. All of these are anthology films with really short stories. If I had to pick one of the four, I would probably lean Southbound or Monsterland a little bit. Although Holidays has some of the creepiest fucking Easter egg Christmas Jesus thing I've ever seen. Like, I've never seen a horror movie where they make Jesus into a fucking monster.
That's crazy.
And Holidays does that. So I have to give it some credit. But those are some really good ones. I thought ABC's of Death 2.5, which isn't technically a ABC's of Death 3. ABC's of Death is kind of give or take. I know Mike doesn't like anthologies.
Yeah, they're
I look at it as like, hey, this is like the Twilight Zone episodes.
Right.
And I'm going to pick my favorites out of them. Yeah, maybe you'll find like 3 to 10 that you'll like or mildly like. And the rest are kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
Some of the most disappointing or worst movies. Now, you guys are going to decide this, not us, but you guys listening. So you can take it for what you will. We're not going to say that it's the worst movie ever. Some of these aren't the worst movie ever, but some of them are the most disappointing of this year. That we went in expecting a lot and didn't really get what we thought was worth it. So do you want to kick that off, Mike?
Yeah, for me, one of the worst ones that I saw was Cell.
Oh, yeah.
Because I read
with Samuel L. Jackson and John Cusack.
John Cusack.
Okay, so Cell with Samuel Jackson and John Cusack.
Story by?
It's based on a Stephen King book.
Right.
And
why is this your favorite hated movie?
Because I think whoever directed it, no offense to them or the producers, but I really think they never even bothered to read the book. And the book wasn't even that good to begin with.
Right.
So you take a mediocre book and make a even more mediocre film out of it.
Stephen King was trying to take technology and make it a horror story, essentially.
Yeah, it felt, the book felt like an action movie, but it felt like his take on zombie stuff.
I feel like if that movie maybe would have come out a little earlier, it would have had a little bit more impact, even though it was poorly acted in a lot of spots.
I could see that.
It could have done a little bit better, but it was one of those movies they were going to bring out to the theater, but they said it sucks, so we're going to just put it straight to video.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, the real big problem I had was the main antagonist in the book was not in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
So yeah, there's really is no bad guy in the movie, but the bad guy they never bothered creating as a character. So it made no fucking sense.
Huh.
Yeah. So
well, for me, never reading the book, I was enjoying it up to a point, and then it just started having bad acting. It was bad direction.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we already know that the actors weren't bad.
Yeah.
It was just bad direction.
Okay.
It's like there was parts that didn't need to be in there. Maybe the story was bad. I didn't read the book, so.
Yeah. I mean, there was literally supposed to be like when all the people started rising up and like going together.
Right.
they had a leader that was leading them. That was like their
the hive mind
guy.
Okay, yeah.
Like the Bored Queen version.
Gotcha.
But not in the movie. But was in the book.
Weird.
So that's why.
And that would have given it a little bit of maybe not an edge. Because Body Snatchers kind of feels like it has a hive mind, even though they don't really divulge that.
Right.
Yeah. But still, whatever.
Yeah, it was kind of lame. It kind of felt like Too Little, Too Late.
Yeah.
It borrowed from the movie The Signal.
Oh yeah,
in a lot of ways,
movie.
which was The Signal was 10 times better than that movie will ever be.
No.
So, but I agree. I didn't like Cell. Christina did to a degree, and I think it had some elements that were good and interesting. Yeah. No, I watched the whole thing all the way through. I was really wrapped up into it to a certain point, and then I just was like, ugh.
Yeah.
It felt like someone shit in my salad.
Or
like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's that one movie that we went to go see in the movie theaters.
Which one?
Phantasm Ravager.
Oh,
yeah.
Was it bad?
It's weird because I have such a nostalgic love for it.
Coscarelli, is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah,
right?
Don Coscarelli did.
He
directed it.
Oh wow, okay.
He also directed John Dies at the End, which I did like. I thought the CGI was a little too much at some points in John Dies at the End, although it did do a good job.
Yeah.
I hate to say this, guys, and we said it in another cast, I was not very fond of Ravager. I'm willing to give it another shot. I'm definitely buying it in the Blu-ray fucking collection. I still will watch it, and maybe it's not as bad as the last Phantasm movie. But it while it had elements of really cool story, some of the acting was really bad.
Some of the ideas were good.
Oh, it was some great ideas.
Right.
Like, it just didn't deliver well. I don't know why.
Huh.
And I don't want to go and just, like, toot the Don Coscarelli fucked this up. Because you can't. Like, I don't know, man. It was a little disappointing. And maybe I need to watch it again, but that was one of the more disappointing movies for me.
Huh.
I still enjoyed it. If you're a fan of Phantasm, it's definitely worth owning. Because it continues the story. And Reggie is obviously the hero. So, anything else, Pat, that you have? Are you on the phone?
No, I was looking. I was checking to make sure that Hive did not come out.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you need a break?
He's texting me.
Yeah. He's sexting you.
He's sending me dick pics.
I thought it was interesting that you have one of the films on here. I haven't seen most of these on the worst disappointing films, but Beyond the Gates was bad.
I want to see that.
For me, you guys haven't seen it, first of all.
No.
So
I wanted to see
I put it on the
Okay.
disappointing list because I root for it, I care about it, I understand it's an indie film, I understand they had a low budget, and probably what they did with their budget is amazing. But it just didn't go where I wanted it to go. And while I like some of the actors and the ideas that they did with it, like the cool film tricks that they would do with like sticking the tape into the machine, because it's essentially about them playing an old VHS board game.
Yeah.
And
like Jumanji or Zathura.
It's like the horror Jumanji is what a lot of people are calling it. So I'm in my mind, when I went in to see this movie, I'm like, oh yes, take me on a ride. I felt like I kind of wanted to see House 2.
Oh yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I wanted to see House 2 in this movie, and they didn't do it. It was like they were in a house, and it didn't really feel like it took me out of the house into this other dimension.
So it just felt like flat.
They did some really cool camera tricks, and some of the dialogue was fun. Some of it was a little long-winded. I felt like it could have been cut down a little bit.
Like a Tarantino film or something.
But the movie was already cut down short. It wasn't even a full 90 minutes.
Right.
So, I don't know. I know a lot of people are fans of it, and I urge you to go see it at least to make your own opinion about it. But I felt, as much as I rooted for the movie throughout the whole movie, dude, I just feel like it didn't do what I wanted. And again, like I said, I was hoping it to be like House 2.
Not to beat a dead horse, but that's exactly how I felt about The Hive.
Right.
There were so many great opportunities for them to do so many crazy scenes.
Sure.
And just nothing.
Right. Now, I will say that there was some movies that, okay. Like me and you watched Let's Be Evil a little bit, didn't you? About the people that wear the fucking virtual reality headset, augmented reality headsets.
I wanted to see it, but I did not see it.
Man, dude, I got
was it
40
terrible?
minutes into that movie, and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? They turned it into, like, Resident Evil with the little girl.
Right.
Oh, dude.
And it was like, they were trying to take care of these kids who were like, I don't know. It was just, I don't know. I didn't even finish it.
Really?
Yeah, I just was like, fuck it.
You've wasted enough of my life.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm not even interested in the least. I don't even know why I'm watching this.
Well, there's another movie that I didn't see, but it's probably one of the disappointing films of the year, was Medea.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you need to be a fucking Sherlock Holmes to figure out that a Medea Halloween is going to be shit.
Yeah. I might as well just spend 2 hours punching myself in the dick.
Like, you know what? If they would have had a budget, like maybe say Goosebumps, the remake, the Goosebump movie.
Like a $7,
with Jack Black.
$7 or $8 budget.
Like if they would have had that kind of budget, I think it would have been good. But this movie was shit, and I'm not even going to talk about it anymore.
Yeah. You know what?
Because I've already shit it in the toilet and flushed it.
All right, onwards.
Garbage.
The Darkness? Did we talk about The Darkness?
Oh, jeez. We've done a lot of.
That is one of the top 3 worst movies of 2016.
But it got Kevin Bacon.
I don't care. Kevin Bacon could not save this horrible movie.
He couldn't dance out of
his bacon couldn't save his bacon.
And you know what's fucked up? I can't remember. Sorry, we didn't go into details because we're just kind of going off the top here, guys. But the director is actually not a bad director. I think he did Wolf Creek.
Did he?
Yeah, he did the Wolf Creek movies. He did the TV show. And, I have a lot of respect for him, but this movie sucked. And I don't know if it was his fault because, oh God, I just fucking hate The Darkness, man.
I gotta see
I'm
it.
so glad I didn't pay for it. I was just thank God. I just want to break 10 discs of it, and then take a shit on it and flush it down the toilet.
Well, we get some more.
And I'm sorry. Look, I've never made a movie. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just my opinion. It doesn't necessarily revolve around the director. I just didn't get it. And I felt like it was a wannabe Poltergeist movie, a wannabe... If you saw the last Paranormal Activity movie, The Dimension, The Ghost Dimension...
I haven't seen it yet.
It reminded me of that, only worse. And that was the shittiest fucking Ghost Paranormal movie. It was the worst.
5th one?
Yeah, the last one.
Okay.
This was it was just 10 times worse. And I couldn't stand the kid. I just couldn't stand anything about it. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. Maybe you guys like it. And I'm sorry if I'm acting like an asshole. It's just my opinion. So maybe some of you like it. Don't watch it.
Hey, write in the comments and let us know why you like it.
Yeah.
And then we'll
and you know what?
And then we'll shit all over
If you love it, prove me wrong. I really don't care. I'm not that passionate. I just don't like it. It just upset me. Anything else you might want to point out?
Not that I can really think of.
Well, we have
the witch that you said you didn't really like.
Oh yeah.
I think I tried watching it, but
this is a movie, okay, that everybody that I tell that I don't like it tries to tell me, "Oh, you didn't like Suspiria, did you?" I'm like, "No, I love Suspiria."
It's one of your favorite films.
Yeah, I love Suspiria. This isn't Suspiria, guys.
This is called The Witch.
It's not a bad movie. Again, it's well acted. It's well written. Everything about it is really well atmospheric.
Just left you with blue balls.
Dude, it was the worst blue balls I've had in a movie. Dude, if you're going to fucking jerk me off, at least make me cum.
Yeah, even a little bit.
A little. And
a little pre-cum. That's all we asked for.
And look, hey, I know that The Witch is one of the top movies on their list, on a lot of people's lists.
Yeah.
It's not mine. It is one of the worst movies of 2016 for me because while it did so many things right, it just ended poorly. So I'm sorry. If you guys love The Witch, congratulations. I'm happy it made you happy. For me, it pissed me off. I'm all about atmosphere. And for whatever reason, it just made me feel like it was it's like they tricked me into thinking it was going to be something better than it was.
Oh, right? Yeah.
It was like an M. Night Shyamalan hand job. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain
plot twist, you're not coming.
It's a slow hand job.
Another one that I just want to mention real quick is Cabin Fever, the remake.
I haven't seen it yet, but I really like
which
the original.
Eli Roth approved of.
The original was... okay.
The original was good.
Yeah,
it was
fantastic.
I fucking love it. I love that movie, in a way. It's definitely in my collection. I just don't think you need to carbon copy a movie that was done very few years ago.
10 years ago, maybe?
I mean, Eli Roth, we've talked about it before. He has a lot of misses.
Yeah.
He's not a fucking... I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like a dick. Cabin Fever did not need to be remade, and they didn't need to change out the Dewey character, the fucking... What?
I was just going to say, I felt the same way about Old Boy. I was like, why are you remaking Old Boy?
You know what? I didn't mind Josh Brolin as him. but it's not as good as the original.
It's not.
But yeah, Cabin Fever, you don't need to remake the movie, and you certainly don't need to make a carbon copy of it and do everything the same.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is the point of that? Why don't you just point people in the direction of the original movie?
Yeah.
And how Eli Roth thought this was a good idea to fucking make a remake just blows my fucking mind. Like, by every means.
It makes you a master of cash and
Yeah,
paychecks.
exactly. You're a master of fucking manipulation. I don't know, like.
I thought,
and I love you, Eli Roth. So please don't take
sure.
it personally, man.
Because I remember when I first saw the original Cabin Fever.
Right, I'm a fucking huge fan.
I walked out of the theater. I saw it by myself.
Right,
and like my head was exploding. I immediately called my film friend. And I'm like, dude,
good movie, man.
I'm like, get in your car and go watch this fucking goddamn movie. You fucker.
This is an independent classic
because it's badass. It was a neoclassic and it's phenomenal.
But they did such a good job of like conveying the disease.
Yeah,
right.
It just made you feel uneasy, and you felt like you were going to catch it everywhere. This movie was like a carbon copy fucking spoof.
Did it still have the comedic factors that the original
Yeah,
had?
it did, but like it's like instead of seeing the comedian tell the joke that actually told the joke, it's like watching your friend tell the joke. Oh. You know what I mean? But you've already seen the comedian tell the joke.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they threw a couple like zingers in there, but it was like pointless.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Anyway,
So, yeah. What about The Forest?
oh, that was another bad movie.
Yeah.
Great build up. Horrible fucking. They could have done so many fucking wonderful things with that.
That's one of the movies
the
that
Forest.
The Forest.
I completely turned it off
There's
after
a
fucking half an hour in.
Right?
I just
It's
turned it
that
off.
bad,
Sounds
right?
like a girl who needs a good.
It's offensive. It pissed me off. And I'm sorry again. I'm sure I'm pissing everybody off in the industry right now, and I'm sorry. But The Forest is a bad movie. It really is. I wanted to like it.
It was an interesting storyline.
It is. Well,
yeah.
the concept is, have you ever heard of this? There's a forest in the middle of Japan where people go to kill themselves.
Oh, the one.
And they don't know why, and they don't understand why, and there's a whole mythology and all this other crazy shit.
Oh, that. And that's real.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
And they took this story and they were like, "Hey, how do we make it really bad?" And they made a bad movie. That's that. Like, it just horrible. Like, she gets lost in the woods and you lose track of time and all this other shit, but it doesn't really do a good job of conveying that loss of time. Like where Blair Witch did.
Okay.
In my opinion. So,
Shit.
let's see here. What else do we got? We're going to save the worst one for last.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
My mates, and the zombie apocalypse.
Did not see it. Was that a bad?
Big fan of Jim Jeffries. Big.
Okay.
Love him. I think he's fucking hilarious. He's offensive like we are, but doesn't really give a shit. You know? Like
I don't give a shit.
Well, he's like, I wish I was gay. You know, because then I could, like, get service from everyone, you know? Like, he's just fucking funny guy, you know, right? Me, My Mates, and the Apocalypse proves that he has not really grown as an actor. Like,
Does he digress?
I don't know if it's his fault or the director's, but it just didn't do it justice.
Oh, man.
It was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have not seen it, so I have no opinion on it.
It's like there's ways that you can write stuff and act stuff and cut stuff and edit stuff. It just didn't.
Just no flow to it, huh?
Like, what's the movie that we watched, the fucking zombie one where they saw black and white and everything? Zombies. Yeah.
There you go.
Zombies, yeah.
That movie's way better than this movie, and that movie's not even the best movie you know what I mean? Like, it's
shit.
unique. Anyway, Yoga Hosers.
Oh, that was
Kevin Smith.
Okay.
That's
It's
a
okay.
Kevin Smith film?
It wasn't. Yeah.
It's disappointing, though. That's why I put it in the list.
Well, let me say this. I was expecting a pile of garbage, and I'm not saying it was a pile of garbage.
Okay.
I threw it on, did some dishes, did some vacuuming, and I still watched
You
it.
took a shit
I took a shit.
on the movie.
Played with my balls.
Now, here's the thing. Kevin Smith did Red State. I was all for that.
Oh, that was a great
I liked
movie.
that movie. I thought it was good.
I had a good time with Tusk as well.
He had there was a dichotomy of like seriousness with silliness and like uneasy and thriller, and I was like, fuck yeah, Kevin Smith is gonna make fucking horror movies. And when I saw that movie, I was like, it's only gonna get better.
Yeah.
Tusk, I like it. He wanted to do a human centipede thing.
Yeah.
He did it. He did it pretty good. Not as good. It's decent. Justin Long played the fucking walrus dude. And I was like, okay, I can accept this. Christina liked it. I liked Johnny Depp's parts in that movie. Well, he's doing the whole fucking Cloverfield thing.
Okay.
He's doing like how they're all like there's some characters that are all related to all these movies.
Yeah, sharing the same kind of universe.
Right.
Yeah.
So he did Yoga Hosers, which I thought was fun. And I probably like, I don't know, it's probably on the same level as Tusk. Completely different concept.
Yeah.
You probably have to be about 16 and live in Canada to enjoy this movie. Which is fine. But it just felt weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I liked certain elements of it. I thought it was silly. And I got the tone of it. But I don't know. It doesn't give me much hope for Moose Jaws. Or Anti-Claws.
Oh, you mean one of his projects he's going to work on right now?
He's working on Moose Jaws next, which isn't part of that universe.
Oh, yeah, we were talking
and
about that.
And then he's
in an
doing
earlier
a
episode.
Krampus-style Anti-Claws movie,
my God.
which I stumbled upon. I literally was like, oh, that's a really great name. I should try to coin that. And then I typed it into IMDb, and it was like, bing, Kevin Smith. And then I tagged him in it. I was like, so I guess you and I have the same thoughts about stuff or something. He didn't write back, of course. But he's got millions of followers, so who am I?
The Boy?
Oh, yeah. That one's one I fell asleep on.
Shit. You fell asleep on a boy?
Zing.
Jesus Christ. Inappropriate, Michael.
It's not inappropriate. Well, it depends on what country you live in.
No, I should watch it, but the fact that I fell asleep on it was just one that I wanted to add to the top 15 worst movies of this year. And believe me, guys, there is a lot of shitty movies this year I haven't seen.
Well, it's good that horror's growing. At
Dude,
least we can see that horror movies are still coming out.
Fuck yeah, and I applaud it, dude. Like,
Right.
you gotta wade through a lot of shit to find some gems. You know, you're not gonna find these beautiful gems.
Right. It's
Just
like
laying
shifting through
around.
cat litter, you know?
Yeah. Well, not cat litter, just like piles of diarrhea.
Trying to scoop it together in a pile.
But The Boy, I don't really have too many opinions on. I wasn't too thrilled by it, but I probably should give it a watch again. But just wanted to add another one so we can
Right.
make it even 15.
There's two more we need to talk about.
What?
It was Incarnate.
Incarnate started off really awesome, very big budget, Hollywood 80s, or not Hollywood 80s, but Hollywood style. Very cool concept where almost like, do you guys see Inception?
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like that,
Okay.
but with demons.
Huh.
So whoever's possessed, he can get in their mind and their dreams. Essentially, what happens is the possessed victim gets put into a dream state where they dream about all these wonderful things that the demon puts in their mind to keep them at bay, to realize that they're not awake,
Right. To keep them
so that they can
submissive.
control their body,
Right.
which is fantastic idea and really in depth. But it also takes away a lot of the mystery and the scare of possession.
Yeah.
And it just makes it very organized and neat. And it reminded me of I, Frankenstein. You know?
Which I never saw, nor do I have any desire to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as big budget as that, but it just has that appeal to
Okay.
it. I feel like he doesn't get the movies that he really should.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just not a good actor. I don't know. I like him. I like him a lot.
So, what was next? Zombies?
Zombies. Wow. CGI nightmare.
They like zombie boobies?
Zombies was basically a zoo of animals turning into zombies. And it was only with animals.
That is the dumbest idea.
It really...
Yeah.
And, oh, no. Not just I mean, okay, it's an okay idea. It's not dumb. It is dumb because it's hard to deliver. Like, how do you deliver
It
something
might
as
as well be
stupid as
monster
that?
trucks.
But, like, if you don't have the money to put into CGI, it looked like... Dude, I feel so bad.
It looks like Sharknado.
What's it look like?
It really was so bad, dude. Like, it is... I don't know,
It
man.
looked like a mid-90s video game.
I turned it off. I was like, I watched like 50 minutes of it, and like the dialogue and the CGI and stuff. I was just like, I can't even feel like this is real. Like, it doesn't feel real at all. And I just shut it off. I was like, yeah, go fuck yourself. But I can't, whoever wrote it, maybe directed it, they maybe had a vision, but they just didn't have the budget. So I don't want to hate them for it.
Yeah.
Like, we all have ideas, and we wish that we had the budget.
I will say that is definitely one of the ideas that I've always thought watching any zombie movies. It's like,
It
how
is
come
unique.
the animals aren't getting infected? You know what I
sure. Well, and that's what they do. They fill that pock
mean? Right.
with a shitty movie.
Yeah. So, we want to talk about the crown jewel now?
Let's do it.
Let me see. Let me make sure. Yeah. I think that's...
Yeah. You got me over here flicking my bean. Let's do this.
Yep. And the crown jewel of the worst or disappointing films, you decide, is... Ghostbusters!
Yay! Ghostbusters!
Love Jenny, or what's her name? Who was the big chick?
Jenny McCarthy.
no.
I have no idea what her name is.
She's related, Jenny McCarthy.
Oh,
but
she is?
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy, Jenny McCarthy.
So this is like that twins movie,
I'd stick her.
isn't it? Like she got the recessive genes. I'm just kidding. No, I
So
love.
you're saying she's Danny DeVito?
Yeah. No, I'm being a dick, but honestly, I really do like Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
like
think
all the
she's
people that were
hilarious.
involved.
Oh, I know.
I liked Bridesmaids. I like the director. All
What
that
was the
shit.
chick's name that played Bankman?
Oh, I can't think of her. She's on Saturday Night Live. She does a really good job on all the characters. She
Oh,
plays
I forget.
Justin Bieber on Saturday Night Live, and I've always thought like, damn, that girl can like act
Right.
like silly, man. She's really good at being silly, but she didn't shine in this movie.
No.
She was one of the better parts of it, I guess, but she failed in my opinion.
I don't think it was her fault, though. I think it's
I don't know if it is either.
No,
Yeah,
I think it's just another studio flick that's thrown together to like cash in on something.
dude, and why would he do that? Like, why would he take that on?
The director?
Yeah.
Well, how much money do you think that dude made? I don't think I'm not saying anything to knock against the guy.
Yeah, but he just ruined his career in a way.
It's
Because he was on a fucking upswing,
yeah.
Like,
I just think it's like that sometimes. I mean, hopefully it didn't ruin his career, but it may have actually killed it.
and I hope Leslie Jones is cool now. Because I thought she was the best part of the movie, man.
Oh,
Right.
the black chick?
Yeah.
She was phenomenal. She was hands
She was
down.
the best, funniest, most interesting part of the
Yeah.
entire movie.
Yeah.
She was the only one that landed her lines.
Yeah.
Only one.
Wow.
But I don't know, man.
Did you guys ever see the YouTube reaction video where State Puff Marshmallow's like watching the trailer for it? And by the
No.
end, he's like sticking the gun in his mouth and like throwing his brains out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's really
We'll have to link that in the comments. But yeah, Ghostbusters is definitely the crown jewel of shit. Although I will say the darkness and the forest are pretty high up there. I don't know. I mean, there's obviously a lot of shitty movies.
It'd be like number 1, Ghostbusters, number 2, The Forest, number 3, The Darkness.
I don't know. You know what? Actually, Ghostbusters may not be as bad as The Darkness.
I have not seen The Darkness, but I did see Ghostbusters. Oh, it will actually
That's
scratch
pretty
this. I have not finished Ghostbusters. I keep falling asleep when I try to watch it.
Really?
Well, that's
Yeah,
not a good
pretty
time.
Yeah, well, there's nothing. Yeah. I don't want to like go over this again, but the villain was just obscenely fucking ridiculous, and I hated him. I wanted him to die. I wish someone would just like gone on and it would have turned into a snuff film like immediately.
It would have been so much better if they just would have took the last idea they had for the video game that came out for the 360.
No, but see, that rehashed so much shit, dude.
It did, but if they could have streamlined it. You know what I mean?
Well, they could have picked out the
good
new parts in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that game, the Ghostbusters game, is a perfect thing. I don't think
still
it's a
think
perfect.
it's a great
It's a
Ghostbusters
better
game.
sequel than the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's the unofficial Ghostbusters 3.
I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed it. I played it. I loved it. I beat it. Still a great game.
Yeah.
I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying that it's not as great as everybody makes it out to be. Like, I would still watch Ghostbusters 2 over it any day. I still enjoyed it. It felt like a real Ghostbusters movie or game or whatever. It was the best that they could probably do for... At the time, literally, it's probably one of the best fucking movie games that they've made.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so last two things I want to mention before we go. Some movies that we didn't get to see that I definitely want to point out is The Girl with All the Gifts. I've heard is really good. I've not had the opportunity or I've been fortunate enough to see it.
It's all the girl with all the gifts.
Yeah, it's about a zombie. It's a zombie film where they're trying to
just not somebody's birthday
rehabilitate people who are infected.
Okay.
And so one of the people that's rehabilitating the people tries to loosen. They have all these mouth guards and like they're kids.
Huh.
And so they take the mouth guard off and she becomes a zombie and starts killing people or something. You know what I mean? It's one of those like morality movies.
Oh, I'll have to check it out.
So you know what I mean? Like I've heard it's really not a bad movie at all.
Okay.
Also, another movie that's in subtitles is called We Are the Flesh.
Okay.
Really surreal, kind of demonic, crazy shit going on there. Another movie I really want to see.
Shit.
But guys, again, just to repeat, we didn't see over 700 movies this year. That are all 2016.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Unfortunately, we couldn't watch 5 movies a day, every single day, 300 and whatever fucking days a year, okay?
Yeah, masturbation takes up so much time in the day, and I need to allocate that time
and
properly.
it really takes time to get it right.
Yeah, I know,
right.
pretty much.
And we know that this is a longer episode, but if you've made it to this point in the cast, please sound off in the comments on Horror Amino, YouTube, SoundCloud, anywhere that we're posted. Please let us know. We were very happy to be back, and we hope to provide a 2017 like you've never seen before.
Oh, yeah.
All new interviews, masturbation, horror shots, masturbation. So I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're going to take this year, and we're going to grab it by the pussy.
Yes. But we hope you guys had a happy fucking new year. And continue to have a great 2017, whatever your fucking wishes and dreams are. I hope they all come true. And that you get blown or sucked or whatever the hell it is that you want.
Ooh.
You can become a real boy.
But don't let 2016 get you down. We're at a new year, and that means all new problems. Or all new wonderful things are going to happen.
Pretty much.
No, but thank you guys for coming by. It's great to see you guys.
You too, man.
All right.
You guys suck.
Go fuck yourself, Mike.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Later.
Listening to Beyond the Veil Horror Podcast. Tune in every Monday for a new episode.